And up you go! And up you go! And up! Oh. You guys okay up there? Guys? Ooh. Yeah, that might be brain damage. All right, come on. 1, 2, pull. Oh boy. Yeah, so that might have hit you harder than I thought. You guys don't look like you're the brightest. You never were in the first place. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're having a nice night. Thank you for coming by. Welcome to a very happy Saturday. Now, originally, and I know you hear me say this a lot, I'm walking around outside of my body. My soul has confiscated itself. Originally, chat, today was supposed to be, you know, my day with you, my weekend with you. I took you from your mom's house, you know. Today was my weekend to spend time with you and hang out. But unfortunately, guys, I might be a little busy with emails and some contracts I gotta sign. There's some NDAs that I gotta look over, and I'm not able to hang out with you guys this weekend. I know your mom dropped you off, but you know, I got a lot on my plate, so I can't just I'm not gonna be able to just fuck around all day. You know what I mean? I can't mess around. So instead, I have a better idea. Come on, let's go over to the mansion. Follow me. As always, every single Porcelain Parlor, I may not be able to read every single message, donation, sub, gift sub, biddy, raid, and or notification of some sort, but I appreciate all of them nonetheless, and I'll probably say thank you to all of them after the collab is over. Come on, chat, this way. Where are you guys going? Get over here. So, now, this is going to be a little hard for you to hear, but hear me out for a second, all right? You guys are really... Well, you're not... How do I say this? Chad, you know I love you. You guys are great. I'm very happy that you exist. You're my little guys. So you guys are a little stupid, and I think it would be conducive to your learning if maybe we got someone to fill that little head of yours. Maybe if we got something like, I don't know, a tutor, like a history tutor or something, and I think that would be great.
Did someone say tutor? Oh, class is in session, everybody. Joel, thank you so much for trusting me with your lovely children. What are they?
Sorry, I'm still stun locked that you just appeared in my house.
So, well, corporeal teleportation is actually on week 3. Currently, we're doing history.
Wow, that's really impressive. Holy shit. Yeah, no, I'm looking for a history tutor for chat there. I don't know if you can like see it in them. They're kind of they don't have a lot going on, let's say.
Well, no, I mean they clearly, I don't see a single wrinkle on that head right there.
Yeah, they're very smooth. So I'm happy that I didn't know. I mean, you must be a great tutor if you just, you know, teleport into the classroom immediately. That's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, you clearly paid for the best. I mean, we don't deal in money here. We deal in souls and blood, but like, that's the whole point, you know?
Yeah, that's perfect. That works great.
Yeah, won't you shake a poor Bricky's hand?
Are you talking to me or them? Because I already paid you. Like, you already got payment from me on the website.
We didn't have to reveal that.
Well, anyways, if that's all good with you, yeah, please teach them mystery. They don't really have a lot of culture to them. I'm hoping that it'll fix the lackadaisical attitude that they have. I have emails that I need to reply to and go over, so if you guys can just, you know, take care of that. Yeah, I have them for the weekend, so just do whatever you need to teach them.
All right, don't forget, I do charge overtime. Check your invoice by the time we're done.
That's fine. I got the money.
Okay.
I'm using their mother's credit card.
Cool. Awesome. Hey kids, how's it going? We're talking history today, all right? Let me tell you a little bit about history. 60 million years ago, there was this race called the Old Ones, okay? And in that race was a smaller, lesser race. They were known as the Necrontyr. Necrontyr lived short, painful lives, unfortunately afflicted for multiple years by cancers and all kinds of other major afflictions. Now, the Necrontyr looked to the Old Ones, these gods in their world, and they asked them for immortality. And naturally, the Old Ones, beings of high levels of power, said, no.
Hey,
you do not get to.
What am I hearing? Bricky, are you teaching them history like I asked?
Yeah. This
Why
is like
am I
the
hearing
most
about
important.
old gods?
We dealt with souls. What do you mean, old gods?
I
of
thought
course
that
they're
was just
old
on
gods.
your website.
Where do you? The assumption of a soul includes the thought process that there is a god in charge of it.
I thought you were just being quirky with what you were calling money. I still got a $1,200 charge on my bank account.
And if you keep interrupting me, it's going to go to $1,250 for the overtime.
I didn't hire you to be some kind of satanic devil worshiper and teach my children the wrong ideals in life.
Look at them and tell me that there is a god.
Okay, that's pretty fair. I don't really like that you just kind of opened the door to our reality, just to prove a point. That was a little needless.
You assume that I can teleport directly into your house, but I can't open doors into reality.
Okay, you know what? Listen, let me sit in on this little lesson. I'll get a good feel by talking with you. See if you're a good enough teacher to teach chat. But I don't really like the lessons that you're trying to tell right now. So let me let me feel this out.
The lesson is, if you beseech the gods, they'll tell you to piss off. So you got to do it yourself. It's about the grind set, man.
I've seen what that does to other religions, and I don't know if that's the best idea.
Well, the $1,200 was a pretty good idea.
Okay, well, that's already paid, so I'm gonna sit in and see how you're gonna teach my chat culture. Welcome to Porcelain Parlor. Woo! Yippee!
Woo! Yay!
We have Bricky on. Bricky, thanks for coming on as a guest.
Absolutely. Thank you for luckily asking me to use a green screen that I happen to have already purchased just in case.
A green screen that looks really
this.
good, by the way. Like, this is a very immaculate. You are at least 3 times the quality of whatever Nags was doing with his green screen when I had him on.
Nags, love him. I don't think he uses the same camera nor the same angle. And so I think there might just be a tech difference, but no, it's good. It attaches to the chair.
I gotta talk to you about the camera angle because you already mentioned it, and I mentioned this before we started. So, Chad, I don't know if you guys know this. If you look at Bricky, and you've only ever met Bricky via, seeing him in stream, you would think Bricky might be a very short, burly man, because his camera angle is pointed directly down at his forehead most of the time when he's streaming. When you meet Bricky in real life, he's like 6'4". What the fuck? Was this a decision that you made yourself consciously, or is this just like, I'm gonna put the camera facing directly at my fucking forehead when I stream?
So ironically, it was much higher before. The thing is, so the higher up the camera, the more short the individual appears.
Yeah.
Which is generally why you aim the camera lower and kind of point it upwards, and it has a better view, right? The thing is that my setup is 3 monitors. We have a vertical one here, a horizontal one here, and then the main one here is normally horizontal. But because, we're a bit of a gamer around here, we want a nice monitor. So I've got this beautiful
Optimal gamer setup.
Optimal gamer setup. So we have this beautiful LG 32-inch monitor, but also because it's a large monitor, I also have the mic arm that swivels underneath it. So I need enough space between the bottom of the monitor and actually the size of the monitor itself. And so there's no space between to put the camera, so I have to put the camera naturally above the monitor. and so if you point to it, it has quite the distance.
It's very intimidating.
It is.
I want you to do a stream where the camera is the lower angle, just so people can see how tall you are, so you look more like a giant. Well, now stop. You're gonna scare them off. This is more intimidating now.
It does what you would need. Also, I love the circle in the background moving.
My door to reality keeps shifting. It's freaking me out.
It's just it's just like it's where I could put the camera. I mean, originally before I put it like dead on. But I found that and we're getting way too deep into it. The rule of thirds applies very well in place of camera, because if I'm doing this, it looks like I'm directly involving myself and the viewers. Whereas if I'm doing this, we are both together angling into the same thing, which is whatever game we're currently playing.
Okay, so. You know what? I follow the same principles when I'm streaming. Right now, I have myself positioned so I'm looking at you, but whenever I look at chat, I look this way, which is where that cage thing is. Or, well, now that I have them in the middle. And when I'm playing games, whenever I use a 3D model, I also angle myself in the correct distance to look at the game. So I guess everything that you're saying makes sense. I just find it funny that it makes you look so different via like that.
I don't think it makes me look that short. I think it makes me just look like a normal person.
You look like Wolverine. It's a Wolverine-esque like angle. I thought I was expecting you to be a short, burly man, like walking around with a staunch gait as you would walk up to me and be like, "Hey, Joel," but I see you for the first time and you're like a giant walking down the street with an intimidating aura.
It's okay. Intimidating is a little strong. I don't know if I would go that far. But
I don't know, man. If you're as short as Chad, it'd be pretty intimidating.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you fear that in which you do not know. But I mean, it's I don't know. Like maybe the 5'2" Wolverine is a bit harsh. But I think it's also just like the general amount you can see. You can only see chest up, so there's just no frame of reference. And camera is obviously very close, and so
you
wide
gotta
angle.
Stop pointing at it.
Listen,
all right, I'm feeling intimidated too. I don't like it.
What's
it's like poking a fishbowl.
What's the Smiling Friends episode where
he's always like devil guy where he goes like blah, 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 like that?
No, I forget who's pointing. He's doing the thing where he's just like I don't know about you and think about this the thing that you're doing here.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's a slight wide angle lens, obviously. So if like my hand here versus like here, it is obviously like it is a very big difference.
Yeah,
between the two of them.
There's a large margin of distance between you and the camera.
Yeah, it's a thought experiment. Like 2 feet away, maybe. So
thought experiment, guys. How tall do you think Bricky is? If you didn't have any prior information,
despite the fact that you just said my height earlier.
Well, they're stupid. Remember? Why do you think I hired you as a tutor?
Right. Of course.
You should never expect anything out of a Twitch chat.
I don't think they're giving you proper answers, personally.
I see a lot of 6'2s, but every man they assume is a 6'2. That's like the generic male height nowadays.
That is definitely not the generic male height.
I think it is. Don't try to defend it. It 100% is. Like every time I meet a male content creator, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm 6'2".
What male content creators are you meeting?
VTubers, unfortunately.
Like,
I feel like most men are 6'2". Most men that I meet in America are 6'2".
That is, I like factually incorrect. I'm pretty sure most men you'll meet are on the 5'9" to 5'10".
Well, that's
range.
average for America. I'm saying average for content creators. That's a different pool of statistics.
I would agree. That being said, I think we go to different places. I think that I've got a pretty good amount of short kings that I end up meeting, depending on what the venue is. I will admit, weirdly enough, a lot of male VTubers are quite tall, and that is surprising.
Maybe I just have a skewed wow, I cannot say statistic. Oh my god. I have a skewed statistic from meeting male VTubers, unfortunately, I guess.
It could be. I mean, have you met Zoran?
Zoran's tall.
Zoran's huge. The dude is like 2 inches taller than I am. He's a huge guy.
He's like, well, I've only ever actually seen him sitting down. Every time I've met Zoran the bear, he is sitting down in a chair relaxing. He has never gotten up when I've seen him.
No, I mean, he's a big dude. I know, though I met a few other folks like, well, actually, I won't name them, but like, there's like a couple that are pretty, I don't know, there's some short kings out there.
No, it's okay. You can name Heavenly. You can say Heavenly Father.
I can't call him a short king though. That dude's like my height also.
I know, but I wanted to lie about him. Let me lie about him on the internet. It'd be funnier if everyone thought he was short.
Hey, Bada and Skulker are short kings.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they both are. That is true.
They are VTubers though, and they're not even that short. They're like 5'6" or something. Like it's not even that.
Some would argue that is short.
I said, well, it's that short. There's no Wolverine.
Dude, isn't everyone short compared to you at 6'4"?
Well, I'm comparing it to the average.
And the average is 5'6" or 5'7" or something.
For men, I think it's like 5'9", 5'10".
I don't know. I've just met so many
height
tall
America. Men. 5'9". Let's go.
Okay, that is a lot. That's a lot more than I would think.
Yeah. I think for women it's like 5'4" or something like that.
And then VTubers once again defying the statistic. Most VTuber women are way smaller.
I am genuinely shocked at how many VTuber women are under 5 feet tall. Like hearing anyone say 4 something normally is like, oh damn. But it is. I know like 9.
It's more VTuber women are below 5 than like VTuber men being above 6. I don't know why. What draws the extremes to VTubers, but like. There's always some kind of weird extreme, but also I'm gentrifying a group of like individuals, so I don't know if I can do that personally. I'm just going based on what I've met.
No, in my very anecdotal experience, a higher than average amount of them are under 5 foot that I have seen walking the wild.
Like animals, yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Well, I'm walking through a mall or something like that, and like most people I see are over 5 feet, and then the fact that so many VTubers are under that it's a humorous prospect.
You know, I want to speak on your anecdotal like evidence of VTubing. So, how did it was Matara who got you into VTubing, right, or got you into the VTubing sphere? How did that start? Did she just react to one of your videos, and then people were like, Bricky, a VTuber reacted to your video, Bricky. You gotta see this. The anime women, they found you. Hide.
So you're like half there. So the big Warhammer video that came out like 5 years ago, it's been 5 years.
People are still reacting to it. I still see VTubers reacting.
It's still being reacted to. It's crazy, but it's a very reactable video. There's lots of topics. That's new people, that kind of thing. Lots of VTubers started getting into it because, as you know, VTubers enjoy their React content. And then going from there, I think the first person to like ask me like publicly-ish, well, not publicly, there's like a lot of emails and stuff I got, but I think it was Mel.
Project Melody.
Project Melody mentioned it first. And then Matara did it, and then I believe she reacted with her and Zen. And then eventually, after reacting to a couple of videos, because I was like, yep, you're cool, go ahead, have fun. Eventually, she was like, hey, because I didn't know that VTubers were big on collabs. Like, I didn't know the sphere. Mm-hmm. She was like, hey, can we do this, like, fun stream idea where we react to, like, Warhammer memes, and she tries to guess the joke with her limited knowledge, because she only had so much. It's a pretty good one. And then obviously I'm the mediator, being like, close, Slaanesh is actually more than just sex. It's also pain and pleasure. Blah, 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 blah. And so eventually that collab went. It was 5 hours long. First time I ever spoke to her. Shockingly good content. I still think it's one of our better videos. And so from there it was like, hey, let's try it again, but with someone else. And then I hung out with Melody, and then eventually I passed whatever sniffa test, as they say.
You passed the fucking drug test from VTuber dogs. They came up to you and were just like, yeah, he's okay, he can go in.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, like the way, I mean, you know this more than anyone. Like VTubers are both very like collab friendly, meet new people, but they also do have a little bit of like a vibe check that you kind of got to pass.
Yeah.
And then once you pass that vibe check, you're ridden like the village bicycle. You just get tossed around VTubers like a cheap whore.
Did you have any? First off, correct, but did you have any prior experience or knowledge of VTubers, or was it kind of passing?
None. I knew about like Iron Mouse. I knew Mel, but I didn't even know that Mel did VTubing. I thought she did the other stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Only the other stuff, that is. I think I saw like Vince and Trey here and there, like in passing. But past that, oh no, I did know about like Hololive folks, like Gura and like those folks, but also in passing. So no, basically nothing.
Did you have any like thoughts on them beforehand? Were you like, oh, that's kind of an interesting thing. I mean, I'm sure your thoughts on VTubing now are very different from what you had before you met Matara and everyone.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
Really? Yeah.
I was an anti. I mean, not an anti, but I was like,
I can't imagine you having that much emotion towards it. I always thought of you as more indifference.
That was mainly it. It was indifference. It was like, I don't like anime very much. These are people who are playing as anime characters, so because of that, I'm not really interested. And I also, in perfect honesty, I don't actually watch a ton of streams.
No, most people, I mean, I don't really either. I just have them on in the background, or I will go in to say it. I use streams as like DMs, but not in like a DMing in a personal way. I use them as a way to say hi to somebody and then fuck off. Like I do not want to have like a deep conversation. I just like want to remind people that I know they exist and I think they're nice. So I'll just go into their chat and say hi and then I'll leave.
That's fair. I don't even often do that. I don't tend to watch streams, like even as second monitor content. Occasionally, but not a ton. But yeah, so no, I didn't quite get the VTubing thing for a while. And then obviously my opinions are far different now. I learned.
Oh, how do you feel about it now? I mean, I can't imagine just because you're friends with somebody, it changes your opinion too much. I mean, it might give you a more favorable outlook.
I would agree with you if well, there are other
you look like you're in a position. Oh my god.
Let's just say that like certain friends and family like a decade ago maybe had opinions on people and they're like maybe their sexual orientation, things like that. And then once they met those people, it has changed since then, and it's very good.
Trust me, I'm sure a lot of people in my chat have experienced something like that, so it makes sense.
Sure, no, not necessarily myself, but you get the point. But so being friends with VTubers, yeah, well, I mean, like, I didn't realize like lore.
You didn't realize it was more like an OC thing rather than an anime thing, like an artist OC versus like copying anime.
Yeah, I didn't realize like no, it's not just I want to be this anime girl. It's I am playing a character. It is a person I'm role playing. I with my own type of thing. And also I will never, I mean, I know, you are a male VTuber, but in the streaming world, especially with female streamers, I will never ever spit at anything that allows them to, one, have more anonymity, and two, not require like an hour of makeup or else to be berated before stream.
I still do that. I still do like a full skincare tutorial every day, and I dress up nicely for streams, even though nobody can see me.
See, that's okay. A skincare thing is great though. That's just skincare.
Yeah, but like I'm dressing up for streams is something most people will stream if they're a VTuber. They'll just wear like nothing. They'll wear like underwear or they'll wear like just sweatpants. A lot of people don't really stream in proper clothing. I will wear like nice clothes. Sometimes when I'm streaming, if I go to and like I have a little bathroom break, I will stay in the bathroom to fix my hair before coming back to stream, even though no one in chat can see me. It's just a personal thing that I do.
See, that's fine, and something that I am trying to fix, because dressing for the position is a way to mentally prepare yourself for what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't dress for work, you might not be on, so to speak.
Yeah.
but I say that, but then like VTubers will stream for like 14 hours a day and then just like completely do everything they got to do. So, hey, we did talk. You gotta make my fit, man.
Yes, I would love to get you some clothing. I do have a fit that I think would fit you. I've been watching more fashion videos. I'll be real, it's mostly high fashion, but for like general casual fashion, I do have a lot that I can send to you. I have to just find links for you to buy them though.
That's fine. You mentioned some kind of dress up brick type thing, and I'm good with a little bit of pizzazz, so I think it'll be fun.
I think you would look good in tweed pants and like maybe like more brownish colors.
Okay, we're
I'm
not
thinking of dressing. No, I'm thinking of dressing you up like almost like a history teacher, but like in a good way, not a bad way, not a bad way.
Are you gonna like dress me up with like the "Where's My Wife" fit from like Alan Wake or something?
No, that's
James
not what I
Sunderland?
mean. That's not. I found some really good tweed pants on Amazon the other day, which is people are already gonna cringe at me for saying it. I found them on Amazon, but like I found some good tweed pants that I'm actually buying for myself as well. And I thought, you know what, Bricky might look good in this. I should make a fit for him and send him a list so he can buy it and see if he likes it.
I mean, I will admit in our time of meeting, you do dress yourself up quite well. Hence my agreement with this stuff. Now, if this was someone else or another one of our colleagues doing this, I would tell them to screw off. But
because of tweed.
I mean, the tweed is still throwing me a little bit, but
I'll send you a picture. It looks good. Hold on. I'm gonna send you a picture of what this looks like. They're very good looking pants.
All right. I'm looking to my left.
I'm grabbing a screenshot right now because my actual power button on my phone is broken, so I have to really push hard to get a screenshot in. Take a look. Chat, I'll show you the pants that I'm sending him to. They're good looking pants.
Do you not know what a print screen is?
I don't have it on I don't have Amazon open on my computer in case I ever accidentally opened it while screen sharing, and it just shows my address.
Fair enough.
It is only on my my phone. If I could just screenshot this. There we go. Got it. It took a minute.
That is more than fine.
There, take a look.
Looking.
They're good looking pants.
Waiting. Still has not arrived yet.
My phone has like less internet speed. There you go.
That is all right, the 3.6 star review is not giving me much confidence.
All right, I mean, like, but the look of it on the I'm buying. I already bought them. I'm not gonna send it to you unless I try them out and see if they're good or not.
Okay, all right, fair point, fair enough. That is very history teacher coded. I feel like I'm like a professor in some kind of. It's all right.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Worse.
The professor look is good.
I've worn worse. I'm okay with this.
Do you know how many people thirst over history professors? Chat, be on my side here. Half of you, well, actually, there's more than half of you that are probably into men, but hear me out. Opinions. I'm going to show the tweed pants on stream.
No, I mean, I'm sure it'll work.
Yeah, you know what? I don't trust you. I'm going to show it on stream anyways. I need their opinion now. Take a look. He's making fun of these don't look bad.
I didn't say they look bad. It's the 3.6 stars.
You were suspicious of them when I said the word tweed in the first place.
I was suspicious of tweed because my first thought goes to Alan Wake.
Okay, he has a tweed jacket, doesn't he?
He does. They even refer to that. They're like, how are you idiots losing to a guy in a tweed jacket with like elbow pads?
Okay, well, whatever, man. Like, Alan Wake's a good-looking man. It's fine. He's doing fine.
That is true. He's certainly not doing fine, but he is a good-looking man, yes.
What do you mean
he's not doing fine?
Okay, well, listen, guys, you're not going to be touching Bricky's pants, so back off. The texture is fine, as long as the shape is good.
I mean, they can sometimes touch the pants.
Stop. Somebody respectful.
$100.
Are you wearing tweed pants? Excuse me. Can I feel that up a little bit? That's crazy.
So, bro, can I touch your tweed? And I'll be like, hell yeah, you can touch my tweed. You can touch
Oh
my
my
tweed all
God.
day long.
If tweed doesn't work, I'm just gonna give you some nice button-up tuck-ins that you could wear, which is what I do, which is also a divorced dad fit. So you asked the wrong guy if you don't want to be wearing divorced dad fits, because that's basically what I wear.
No, so I need to take I want to take a book out of or a page out of Kriken's book. Okay, every time we ever go to any con, Kriken is showing up with like the most interesting fits. He's got the plaid overalls with the suspenders. He had like rhinestone silver skeleton pants. The dude, I mean, him and Commander Connor, they got some concepts out there. They're interested.
Me and Connor have held hands before talking about our fashion. I love Connor.
You wouldn't dare hold his hand.
I would. I would.
So they can't touch my tweet, but you'll hold his hand?
Well, there's a difference between that. That's between two streamers. Yours is between a chat and you. That is not the same thing.
Chat. Damn, he thinks that chat is not good enough to hold my tweet.
I think lesser of chat. That's true. I really do.
Damn. Holy.
I want to go back because you did say that you don't watch anime that much. Was there? Did you ever Because I assume that your basic consensus of anime was that it's not for you. But was there ever an anime that you did watch?
Cowboy Bebop. No,
yeah.
So I've seen many animes.
Oh, you have.
I have watched.
Even though you say that you don't like it, you kept forcing yourself to watch more of it.
So it's a hard discussion to have because it requires a lot of backstory.
Okay.
The main thing is like for the most part, I'm gonna name stuff that I tend to not like in film and like movies. Okay, here we go. Lots of overacting and yelling voice acting.
Okay.
Filler. Episodes that are too short.
Yes.
Poorly managed female characters. Infantilizing of characters. Sexual stuff that doesn't belong there. And I also very much don't like the anime drawing like hyper blur line art style stuff.
That's an animation thing, but
yes
I want to say he just mentioned everything that he mentioned is in One Piece.
Right. So like Cowboy Bebop, for example, phenomenal dub. Very good, much more relaxed, much more chill. You know, the episodes are all like, there's not much filler. They're all like their own piece of thing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved like the 90s kind of more scratchy art style that kind of goes with it as well. Absolutely love it. Miyazaki films, very good. Porco Rosso, fantastic. Howl's, Mononoke, etc., etc. High School DxD, not my jam, brother. Not my jam. Did not enjoy that one. Was not a fan. Played all 3 Danganronpa games. It somewhat enjoyed them. 2 was the best. Watched Naruto when I was 12. Got to the part where Kakashi died. Was like, this show sucks ass. I'm leaving. Never touched it again.
You didn't go back immediately in the next episode when he comes back?
No, I didn't. I was like, that sucks. You suck.
It's literally. That's so funny, dude.
What other?
So you probably would like stuff like Trigun. I mean, there's new age anime that are like that nowadays. Like anime is actually shifting more towards a more natural sounding dub, which is something that I prefer a lot. Like Frieren, the Frieren anime has a more natural sounding dub where everyone's using a more natural voice rather than forcing anything, which is something that I prefer as well. And there's like a lot more things that are swapping over to that, which is what I prefer. I don't know. It's the oversaturation of the same voice actors being in all the media, which is why I like it when people are choosing new ways to do voices or new voice actors, and that's what we're kind of experiencing now.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing for anime is that if you have like an out of 10 scale for your anime, you need to always assume that when I watch it, I'm going to probably put it down 1.5 to 2 points. Yeah. Because I just don't much enjoy the look and the style of it all. Yeah. And so like, you know, certain exceptions are there, but like I like Death Note season 1 is pretty good. Season 2's, you know, but like I had to watch all the JoJo's, which
Those are more
know.
cartoony. Though JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is more of like a Saturday morning cartoon than anything.
Depending on the part, I either was like okay with it or thought it was like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
What was the part that you were okay with?
One was absolutely terrible. I hate it. Two, I have a lot of appreciation for. I wish it was like 8 episodes shorter, but it was like the classic hero's journey.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that part. It was also the weirdness of it felt like
2 is my favorite.
Two's pretty good. It has the best character. I think 3 is dog shit.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
I despise it with a burning passion.
3 is just the memes.
It's just the memes, and all the memes are bad. People gaslight themselves into thinking it's good. The first half of part 4 I don't like, but as soon as Kira gets involved, it gets really good. And then 5 is like I think the best by a country mile in terms of quality. But it's a bit meandery and a bit like it could be a little tightened. The last like 8 episodes are a bit just, I don't know.
My complaint with 5 was that I was reading it. I wasn't watching the anime, so I didn't understand half of the stands that were in there because it was like a paragraph of text that I could not wrap my head around at 4 a.m. when I was reading it.
That's pretty fair. I know, like, for example, some of the, like, I'm sure I would like maybe like Psychopaths, or I've been told
stuff that's called
about,
like a seinen genre.
Yeah, but at the same
Trigun
time,
for sure.
like,
But Trigun's also kind of goofy.
Sure, but that's like some goofy is fine. It's just like part 3 is like, haha, English is funny, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. and so like, but at the same time, if you think Trigun's like a 9, I'll probably think it's like a 7 because
and that's
it's just
fine.
not my vibe, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's anime that do take itself more seriously, and there's anime that have goofy moments. I don't know. As a whole genre, there's a lot. There's like, it's way too varied for me to even like recommend. Because whenever I can't recommend somebody just anime. Like, I can't just go to somebody and be like, watch anime. Because it's just, there's too much.
There's too much, yeah. It's like watch movies. Like, it's, you know. No, that's the thing, right? Is like good storytelling crosses all genres, which is why I can still like some of the stuff there. I just find it a little harder to get into it. You know?
Would you say the anime art style is kind of one of the things that is harder for you to get into?
It's a major part of it. I do not like anime art style. I like physically just, I look at it and I'm like, not for me.
What's an art style that you really appreciate? Because I assume it's kind of like maybe like a Magic the Gathering type card, like card art.
I mean, that looks good, don't get me wrong. But like art style, it's so broad.
Well,
you know?
I mean, you could give an example of something that you really appreciate.
Well, okay, so like for example, like Cowboy Bebop is a very good style. I like the visual a lot. Miyazaki films.
Yeah, doesn't have to be in any anime thing, just any art style in general, from any medium.
Yeah. Like those are really good. They're a bit more grittier, like the old like 90s ones. I mean, like, well, you say medium though, like it's just
game
like,
art style.
I mean, like
card arts.
Arcane's art style is phenomenal, very, very good. I like a lot of the, I mean, obviously Warhammer stuff, but like it's very like they've been doing this new style within the last like 5 years. That's like a lot grittier and a lot like grosser and a lot more like a repulsive visual.
Would you say that you kind of really like gritty horror artists, like people like H.R. Geiger, who made Alien and stuff like Scorn?
Yes, I like that stuff a lot. I mean, here's like I'll send you an image to kind of like get an idea of what I meant. Like, this is the Codex cover for Adeptus Mechanicus in 9th edition. Like, you zoom in on it and it's just, there's just so much, you know. It's so like dark and weird and gross. I feel like I know I haven't seen it yet, but I think Jinro would be like a really cool thing I would like a lot.
That looks great.
Because like, yeah, no, I mean it's just like you gotta like zoom in really close to really like get the vibe of it. But like it's super hardcore and like heavy, you know.
I actually think I know an artist that you would really like.
Yeah, tell me.
There is an artist who actually is a Juniper fan artist specifically. A lot of Juniper fan artists draw like this. I'll be real with you. There's a Juniper fan artist, not one of the ones that have constantly been drawing her ass, but there's one called Grape, and I commissioned them to draw a couple of things for me.
He, not she.
Not people that draw fan art of Juniper Actius.
Right, but I know of a Grape VTuber.
Not the Grape VTuber, Grape the artist.
Okay. I'm getting flashbacks to a particular Juniper fan artist, and
well, okay, there's a couple of Juniper fan artists that are a little crazy, and we don't talk about them because I have to constantly see their art on my feed.
I am reminded of a hydraulic press, and so I'm. Has she shown you that one?
I have seen that.
That artist is fucking hilarious. There's definitely something going on there, but holy, it's so funny.
Oh my god, I actually have art that Juniper made of me feeding her spaghetti in her that little baby moth thing. That one. But there's an artist named Grape. Let me see if I can pull them up on Twitter and show them off to everybody. I'll give a little spotlight real quick. Their tag is like Vitispy. And let me grab some of their art. So I'll just grab this picture that they drew of Juniper and show it on stream because I think this is probably one of the best examples of their art since it's the first thing that I see. But you see like that. Like I feel like that's an art style that you would be into.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yep. Yeah, no, I like stuff like that. That's super different, super kind of weird. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you can find beauty in everything, and like even anime art, even though I don't much love it, like you'll still see occasional shots from I don't know, like Spirited Away, and I'll be like, damn, that looks great. You know, no doubt. But I tend to not like it as much as others. This stuff is great.
Yeah,
I'm seeing them draw someone in like a bunny suit.
Oh, that's them. They drew themselves.
I saw 1,000-yard stare Juniper.
Yeah, Juniper's got a lot of fan artists that I will sometimes commission, and I also commission my own fan artists.
No, I mean that's awesome. I mean, I love the fact that you have such a repertoire.
Like
a huge Rolodex.
I really do basically just kind of commission fan artists whenever I see somebody doing fan art. I actually hired Grape to make the design for my monster model that's coming out in the future. So
that's that's super cool.
Yep, you got distracted. I am glad you found somebody that you like.
Yeah, well, like this. Here, I'll send you this one. Like this shit. Love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, that's great.
When they play with that kind of like art direction in a way. A lot of like the contrast between like the hyper colors. It's good. It's some good stuff. Did you ever play The Evil Within?
I've never played Evil Within, but I have seen so many people play Evil Within in my entire lifespan. When I heard of Evil Within, actually, for the first time, that was back when I used to get scared of horror games, so I was too scared to play it. And then after I got unscared, and now I don't get scared at all by video games, now I'm like, well, what's the point in playing it? I'm not going to be scared of it anymore.
Couldn't be me. Here, I'll send you this. Like, The Evil Within has a box art that is absolutely phenomenal.
Let's see it.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that is really pretty.
It's the way they play with the contrast and the way they mess with like the general art direction and like the composition is just it's so good looking. And so that's kind of one of those things where I find a lot of respect in that kind of like strangeness, you know, in how they build it up like that.
So you're saying you like gritty art styles, but for composition, you like when the composition is trying to play up and make something maybe have deeper meaning behind it, kind of.
Yeah, but then I sound like a fucking prick.
No, I think it's complete. Okay, listen, that's a misconception with artists, right? Where if you are trying to find deeper meaning in something, that automatically means you're like some kind of fucking dickhead. It's totally fine to want to find deeper meaning in art and things like that, but it's also totally fine to just look at art and be like, look at that one. They drew a fucking monkey in a barrel. Like that's okay.
I like the both, but if we're speaking on specific art design that kind of contrasts to what anime art is, Like if I go to like Anime Expo, there's a good chance that most of like the art and like the poster art and stuff like that I probably wouldn't purchase.
I wouldn't either. Half of that shit's stolen.
That's also true. Oh, I gotta find him. There's an artist that this might be the best example I can think of. His name is like Jimbo. Listen, or like, oh crap. Listen, it's not Balatro may have taken
Jimbo
over
Balatro, your favorite
Jimbo?
artist, the one who drew Jimbo and fucking the Vampire Survivors characters making out.
Oh, the Vampire Yuri. Yeah, I know that one. There we go. This guy. Don't know, or I think guy. Their artwork is stellar.
Ayo Jimbo.
Ayo Jimbo. If their kind of stuff is the kind of thing that I would put on my wall, because it is like video game characters and stuff, but the way it's drawn is just so.
Ooh,
I don't know. There's just something about it, you know.
You know what? This reminds me of the person that I had you meet at Anime Expo, Gravity Dusty.
Is that the one that like draws their VTuber stuff and like
They're not a VTuber. They draw Elden Ring art. Here, I'll send it to you. They draw a lot of Souls and Elderling-esque art. I will admit it is more anime, but it also has the same compositions that Ayo Jimbo seems to be doing.
Yep, you're absolutely right. It actually does. Dang, that looks good. Click.
This is one of my favorite things. I love showing people artists that they maybe they would like. It's one of my favorite things to do is just talking about art. It's very passionate.
I scroll down and I see Balatro cosplays. This is my favorite person now. This is my favorite new artist.
I had a work call with them because they're doing my lore video for my male model, and they were just playing Balatro like while they were doing it.
Oh wait, shit! You're delivering mail?
I am delivering mail at some point. We're still in the process of the designs.
You're telling me this package came in the mail?
Yes.
Damn.
I don't like that you were looking down when you said that. Let's not talk about my package on stream. Or your package, for that example. or chat's. Chat's also looking down. No packages on stream.
No packages allowed on stream. That's the answer. Anyway, no, this is great stuff. I really like this.
Yeah, I don't know. My immediate thought was I thought you were gonna immediately talk about like Warhammer art or something like because I don't know. In my first thought when I saw you is that you'd be really into like something like Magic the Gathering type art styles, but seeing is that how you really are into more stuff that's really gritty. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're into the kind of stories that Warhammer have. It would make sense that you're more into the grittier stuff.
Yeah, I most of my favorite media is like horribly depressing.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was I forget who said it, but it was like art is made to disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm a pretty happy guy.
Gonna
like,
strike off the question I had on my topic list about what video game world you'd want to live in, considering what you're into.
Well, no, I don't want to live in that.
I'm just going to strike that question off the list. I don't think you have an answer for that one.
The answer is obvious. It's Mass Effect, post-Reaper invasion.
Oh, well, I don't know. Even in Mass Effect, that doesn't seem like the best world to live in, even if you were at peace.
It seems great. Things. You got to remember that you're playing as like Commander Shepard, the dude who's like specifically supposed to go head first into all the problems.
Wait. You wouldn't be the main the question what video game world you want to live in does not ever assume that you are the main character. It assumes that you are some bitch ass like loner side character.
Exactly. I don't have to deal with all the biggest threats of the galaxy. He does.
I don't want to rely on one man to save my entire galaxy.
But he did it canonically.
You could also canonically get the player that just kind of quits or fails and dies a lot and just gives up.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'll go live on like Ilium or something and just live a nice life.
I think most people should say Stardew Valley. I think Stardew Valley is the only correct answer because you just you become a billionaire and you live your life on a farm.
I think I'll get bored.
You'd be bored? That's like Stardew Valley is the whole like you are living a fulfilling life, now you can't be bored kind of thing.
Oh, well, okay. So am I forcibly happy due to the context of the game?
No.
Well, then I don't want to. Farming sucks,
Ricky,
man.
you
It's
have
quite
farming
hard.
and you can go into a cave to kill shit.
Or I could die in the cave.
Well, no, you would pass out and then get dragged up by a doctor who would make you spend an exorbitant amount of money on medical fees.
Hey, farming, I'm sure, is very good for the farmers. I'm not a farmer, man. Like,
are you sure?
I don't think I.
You chew on sticks a lot. I feel like you could be a farmer.
I do have a lot of toothpicks.
That's a farmer's habit.
I know. It's my own little thing. That is true. It's an oral fixation, damn it.
I think a lot of people have that. I've seen Mike, I've seen Juniper do it, and now I see you do it. I'm sick of this. We got to stop getting we need people to stop buying toothpicks just to chew on them.
Why?
Just get gum.
This has no. Why though?
I just think gum is less insane. The idea that you might accidentally swallow a toothpick is so disturbing to me.
Okay, don't take your fears and your phobias and apply them to me.
I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Well, that's perfectly fine. But like, you know what? If I'm gonna hurt myself and go out on my own terms and not in Stardew Valley.
Can you imagine if somebody made you laugh and you accidentally just choked on the fucking toothpick midstream? Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh now. Don't laugh now. That's dangerous.
You just don't like watching someone chew on a toothpick, don't you?
I just don't want somebody to die in front of me.
Do you think the toothpick is large enough to like fully remove my esophagus?
I think if the ends weren't pointy, I'd be fine with it.
You know, I think. Do you drive, Joel?
I don't drive. I actually, but I know how to drive. The reason I don't drive is because I never go outside. So when I did have a car, it would sit there for 3 months and I wouldn't need to go out. And then the one day I go out, the car is like broken down because I haven't driven it in 3 months. Because cars are needy little bitches that need to be driven all the time for them to keep up to date, which is so weird and dumb. And I think I should have the car that does not need to be driven and I only get to drive it once a year and I'm like, good, that's it. That's all I need. Or I should just get a bike.
That's called an electric car and or a bike.
I don't want an electric car.
Then get a bike. I mean, like, well, I was gonna say, like, the me getting in my car to go drive somewhere is like exponentially more dangerous than chewing on my toothpick, but now I can't use that phrase because you don't drive.
Checkmate. Checkmate, bricktheist.
We'll say stalemate.
All right, fine. I'll leave you in that one.
Good. Perfect. That makes things easier. Also, how dare you like hit me with the Munchausen's if you don't leave your house? Wait, is that Munchausen's or is that agoraphobia?
It's agoraphobia is when you're scared of people.
Fear of leaving your home. Oh yeah, that's the one. All right, cool.
I mean, they're both technically work in that. Agoraphobia is fear of people,
like crowds and stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I have agoraphobia, but one time I almost had a panic attack when I went into a Trader Joe's.
Why?
It's so small and so packed. I hated it. I felt like I was in an anime expo. Well, that and I just don't like people. I don't like giant crowds of people.
I mean, that's fine. Like, I would normally not like giant crowds of people as well. Or at least not without the ability to easily escape it. Like, people who go to, like, those giant concerts and sit in the front, no, thank you.
I do not like concerts. I want to try my best to be supportive of a lot of the VTubers that do concerts and sing that are from my friends. But I really don't like concerts. I do not understand the joy of concerts that some people have. It is something that, like, in my soul, I just cannot understand the enjoyment of it.
I think I get the why. Like, I get I want to see the person whose music I love so much in front of me doing the thing.
I don't get it.
Like,
it's just my brain cannot understand the difference between hearing somebody and seeing somebody on a video versus, like, seeing them. Like, I understand meeting my friends in person versus hanging out with them online, but like when it comes to somebody that I'm there for entertainment, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I don't seek out entertainment in the form of an IRL presence. Like, I'm totally fine with just consuming entertainment online.
It depends. It's an experience. I saw Hans Zimmer in concert in LA, And it's just the fact that it's like this adorable short little German man and his like giant Amazonian women who play all of his instruments because of Wonder Woman, and then I get to see like the Dune soundtrack played with speakers the size of like my body.
Though. That's different. Like seeing that and going to like maybe it's like an opera house kind of where you're in an actual chair, you know, you get to sit down and relax and you listen to the music versus being in a crowd jumping up and down to music. I feel like those are two different things.
Oh, so you just like not necessarily like a rave, but you don't want to see like I don't know, Green Day and this big outdoor venue.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like
ya.
I would, because I see the differences of an orchestra versus a concert. Like a concert is that to me, and an orchestra is when, or like, and you know that's when you sit down and you kind of listen to those things.
Sure, okay, that's fair. That I get. That being said, it was still really cool. I wanted to see the Nier concert. I didn't get the chance to.
That would be lovely.
Apparently they played like all the, not just the stuff from Automata, but they also played like Replicant stuff, and like Nier Replicant has like the best boss fight OSTs of like any video game ever, and so I'm sad.
I need to play Nier at some point. The first time I ever played
Nier?
Yep, I played Nier Automata back when I had 0 viewers as a streamer. And I just remember going through it and having so much trouble finding out where to go and what like the story. Yeah. Because I liked Nier and I liked the atmosphere, the vibes, the characters, and the story that I was getting, but I was always lost and I didn't know how to get through the story, like because there's multiple endings. So back when I had 0 viewers, I didn't have chat to guide me and I didn't want to look up guides. So I just kind of eventually stopped. But I do want to one day go back to it because I do really enjoy everything that Nier has to offer, all of them. I mean, I've seen a lot of different things that Yoko Taro has made, and I've always been like, wow, this looks really interesting. But I do want to experience one of those concerts, like a video game concert. I think that'd be lovely. What I want specifically is to go to one of those, get into the seat, and then order like a charcuterie board and just dine on cheese while I listen to the music. But I know nobody eats while you're doing that. Like, there's no food in those theaters.
Well, depends. So I saw Hans Zimmer at the Staples Center. And the Staples Center does, like, it's the usual type of thing where you can go get like some food at this like little concession area over there, bring it back to your seat. So it wasn't like an opera type thing. But I mean, there was still that kind of general food. But I know what you mean. You want some, that's like some fancy.
I want the opera box. I want to get like a charcuterie board. I want wine.
do you have like 20 grand to just wish away?
You know what?
An opera box.
Maybe one day. If I ever became rich, I wouldn't be doing stupid bullshit like buying Twitter. I would be doing things to enrich my life experience, like going to an opera or going on a $6,000 train.
See, okay. The train thing?
Luxury trains?
I am so down for luxury trains.
Yes, that's my boy.
That sounds fucking awesome. I'm older than you.
That's my man. Woo!
Continue.
I am a big luxury train lover. I've shown my chat, instead of being the React Andy who watches the Bricky video, I'm the React Andy who watches train videos with my chat. I've seen so many luxury train videos, and there is one called the Twilight Musikaze in Japan. It's $6,000, and it, you know, the movie Spirited Away, Studio Ghibli, it goes over the water. And it is absolutely gorgeous. They have their own orchestra on the train. They have fine dining from I think a Michelin star restaurant. And they actually have stops. So it's 3 nights for $6,000. And there's 2 different stops they stop at to show you enrichment areas and culture of Japan.
That's super fucking cool. Wait, 6,000 US or like
US?
The yen? Oh, okay. That's 3 nights, 6,000. That's still expensive. Well, because like obviously the yen is kind of in the dirt right now. And so what like the normally the yen to dollar ratio is pretty favorable to the US. But that's like even that's kind of pricey.
Gorgeous though. I'm telling you.
I'm looking at images right now. It
just
looks incredible.
Hold on. There's one specific picture of the Twilight Musikaze, which is the most gorgeous like thing in the world, and it's when it's on the water. This one specifically from Solo Travel, which is a channel that I watch a lot. This image specifically is so Studio Ghibli.
That's wild.
That is a gorgeous thing to wake up to. Chat, I will show you the images because I know you guys get antsy when I don't show you things.
Looking. No way. God dang. That is nice as hell.
It is absolutely pretty.
Obviously, you would have to factor in all the other things like flight to Japan and other lodging and that kind of thing to go along with it.
Knowing Japanese or some way to communicate.
Yeah. We'll just bring Girl DM.
That's my solution for Japan if I ever go one day, is that I just have Girl DM with me.
That or her or Onigiri maybe, or...
Is Kiri's Japanese better now? Because I remember when she first moved to Japan, she was having to learn it. I haven't actually heard Giri speak Japanese in a while.
I haven't either, but I'm sure if not her, then Shadow can help or someone like that. I don't know. Depends on if we're going as a whole group.
That's my thing. Is I'm just going to get Girl DM to chaperone me. If Girl DM chaperone me when I was drunk for the first time, Girl DM will chaperone me if I go to Japan.
Yeah, when you were drunk the first time, because I was indeed there. I think I maybe left for like 30 minutes, and then they're like, Bricky, this is really hitting me, and I'm like, oh, good to know. I see it is, and then we made some later adjustments in that trip. Was that TwitchCon or was that?
That was TwitchCon. That was TwitchCon.
That was TwitchCon. Okay.
I specifically was telling everyone that. I was like, the first thing I would say was, I am drunk. I need you to know this. I need you to be, I have to be clear with you. I am drunk right now. I am sorry for anything. If I am overly familiar, it is because I am drunk. You can tell me to fuck off.
You're very much, because everyone has a type of drunk. You're the over-explaining, somewhat, not emotional, but like the kind of like, yes, affectionate. Like, hey, man, you're just like, it's so good knowing you, man. That's
I don't
great.
think I slurred my words though. I sounded pretty normal. I feel like.
Yeah. You were not extremely abnormal.
So before I was ever drunk, my assumption for drunk people was that they would slur their words a lot. And then when I was actually drunk, I was like, I feel just more open. That was it. Like, I just felt more open to speaking, conducive to speaking with others. I talked to people I would never talk to.
That's the thing, though, is like people who are drunk never think they're slurring their words.
Okay, well, I didn't think I was slurring my words. That being said, it's been a while. Okay.
No, in fairness, I do tend to know when I slur my words when I am drunk, but there is a certain level at one point when you just don't know anymore.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that. I mean, like, after a while, I kept asking, oh, am I sober yet? Am I sober? I can't tell. Am I sober yet? I can't tell if I'm drunk either. Am I sober yet?
Yeah.
It was very hard for me to be able to tell it myself.
Yep, you gotta wait a good like 6 hours, and then get your. How were you pretty hungover? I don't remember.
I don't think I was actually. I think I was generally fine. Like maybe I had like a minor headache for a little bit, but I don't think I was ever that bad. Because
I wouldn't you being too bad either. Yeah,
I wouldn't drink too much because I was drinking water too.
Yeah, well, yeah. So long as you have a decent amount of water and or food, you'll be fine. I noticed that even when I eat plenty, I'll wake up next morning and still be like, I feel a little weird.
We drank together on New Year's too.
Hazy.
That was the thing. We drank together on New Year's playing Marvel Rivals together.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like not in person. Yeah.
I still have that soju. I drank one bottle of soju and I was like, this is not good. And then I still have the other bottle in my fridge. I just haven't touched it yet.
That was pretty funny though. That was a good stream. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a fun time. You getting ganged up on by women is such a staple now for your streams, I feel like.
You know, I will be perfectly honest. I consider it a point of pride.
Women bully me. It is a point of pride for me. And you know what? Based.
You think of it in the other way. Very, very often, whenever people are like, you know, like, oh, he's bullied by women, that kind of thing. Is like he must like it or something. It's like, no, you misunderstand. If you get bullied by women, that means
they enjoy
don't
you.
They don't feel a fear of reprisal. You know, because like it's like, oh, I don't want to like offend him because who knows how he'll act. You know,
They're comfortable.
Yeah, they're comfortable. Exactly. And so I just kind of wish I wasn't bullied as much by people literally 1.5 feet shorter than me. It would be more humorous, but unfortunately, it's like 4 Oompa Loompas like beating on me.
I need to see you and Giga standing next to each other because Giga is the shortest person I know, and I think it'd be really funny. Yeah, I've never met Limes.
Oh, okay.
So I actually don't know. I don't know how tall Limes is.
You weren't at AX, that's right.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
if you, yeah. Okay. You know, Limes is about Giga's height.
I just want to see the height difference between you two because I think it'd be really funny.
It is very funny. I did when I met Giga have to bend over to hug her multiple times. It was quite humorous.
Did I tell you the first time I met her? We were really happy to meet each other because me and Giga were like really close friends for a while, right? The first time I meet her, she like. I like bend down to like give a hug, and then she grabs my cheek and she's like, "Look at you," like a grandma. She's like grabbing my cheeks and going, "Look at you, look at how old you are." Oh,
she definitely hits you with the Joel. Oh my God, look at you. You're so cute. You're so cute, Joel.
She hit me with the Italian grandma, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny when you get her around people like Nags and stuff, and the accent just comes right back out.
Yes. I had Jabroni Mike does this show that I think you've been on.
That's my streamer?
Yeah, that's my streamer.
Yeah.
He had me on with Nags and Giga. So I was being like attacked by 3 Italian New Yorkers who didn't know when to shut the fuck up because I was getting ganged up on and on the show because they were asking specifically Italian New Yorker questions, and I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to answer this? What do you mean, what's my order at a deli? I've never been to a deli, motherfucker.
The deli orders is a pretty classic one that I could not answer myself.
I went with the Californian answer, so I was like, can I get can you scoop out a bagel for me and put just a bunch of cream cheese in there? So I was going with the Californian tourist angle.
Dude, I don't even do that. I'm like as California as they come.
Okay. Well, the stereotype is not the same thing as everyone from California.
No, and I mean the state is gigantic, so it's like it's hard to nail one down specifically. That sounds like some kind of. It sounds like some kind of Beverly Hills.
You've never heard of the scooped out bagel thing?
I have never heard of the scooped out. I know of the cream cheese thing in like a sushi, but that's a Philadelphia roll.
Really? So the scooped out bagel thing it was a TikTok about a Californian guy in New York who was trying to get somebody to scoop out the bread of a bagel to put the cream cheese in there because they didn't want the carbs of the bread.
Then just really?
Yeah. Like they were like, well, people in California do it all the time, and then they showed a video of somebody scooping the bagel like bread out of the bagel, and then using the bagel as like a shell.
Okay. One, he does not speak for us. 2, I have absolutely been to like a bagel place that has like a calorie conscious version, which is just like egg whites instead, like a breakfast sandwich bagel thing, but it's like egg whites and all that kind of crap, and they scoop out the shit of the bagel. But that's like at a chain. It's like at a Bruegger's. It's like some crap like that. If I'm going to New York, I'm not telling them shit. They're gonna beat my ass. I'm just gonna be like bacon, egg, and cheese, please, thank you.
This guy was more
it'll be like
brave.
The soup
Let's just say
Seinfeld.
that.
One jambalaya. That's it.
Oh my God. Well, listen, the scooped out bagel, honestly, instead of scooping out a bagel, what if we just made bagels like that, where you could put the like all the cream filling inside of the little scoop?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
That's not how you make a bagel.
We could make a new form of bread that has like an indent in it for scoops, for sauces and stuff. Like a
Joel,
bread bowl, like a bread bowl. Is that not a waffle? Okay, I guess we could just use waffles.
You could just use a waffle, but then it's not a bagel.
You could have savory, sweet kind of meals like that.
Joel, are you familiar with the ship of Theseus?
Okay, don't ship a Theseus, the guy made out of fucking porcelain.
I
replace my parts all the time. Don't start with me.
What if we took the bagel and like didn't make it that?
But that's how most fusion food starts. Like, you don't have to call it a bagel. I'm saying we could make something new from the existence of a bagel.
No.
How do you think Croffles got made?
No, but you can't go down to the base aspects though. It's like, oh, it's like a bagel. How? Because it has bread. Like it's too
but
base function.
It's rounded. You eat it with cream cheese.
And it's a bagel a donut?
No, that's fried.
But it still has bread. So did the donut start as a bagel?
You don't cut the donut in half to put cream cheese in it.
And this reasoning does not cut it.
Hot dog a sandwich. No, yes.
Same
reasoning that you have. Same reasoning.
Cereal.
Same reasoning here. Classifications are stupid anyways. Like, all of our labels don't make sense or exist. Fish don't exist. That's not even a real thing. All of our labels are bullshit.
All pronouns are made up. It came with your English language. Ugh. I mean, for the most part, all of my trips to New York, I mean, like I've been to like the usual like random deli. I've had like a chopped cheese and all that stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like you just let them do it. It's like the what is it? The most diverse place in the entire world. Like, I'm just getting, like, they know better than I do.
I love going up to a New Yorker and saying, hey, yo, Ak, let me get a chopped cheese the Aki way. Because I've never seen a more visceral reaction from a human being than me saying that. It is so fun to push a New Yorker's buttons. I don't know why. It is the most enjoyable thing in the world to just be a piece of shit in New York.
It's because Italian Americans have a really good and humorous reaction to anger, or with anger.
When they start, it's like the stutter of like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, well, have you seen that video of like the Frenchman trying to buy the whole wheel of Parmesan cheese?
I have not, no.
He tries to buy the thing, and then the New York guy's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you gonna buy it? You just for yourself? Like, no, put it back. And then he's like, you ain't doing that shit like that. It's great. It's great.
Oh my God.
It's good stuff.
No, I mean, French slander, guys. We only hate Parisians. The French are okay. It's just Paris that's the bitch.
I think we can be mad at Quebec, too.
That's Canadian French.
I know.
Okay, that's fair. We can say that. They're basically like the Canada version of Paris.
I mean, like, they got Ubisoft there. Actually, that's Montreal. Shit.
There's probably Ubisoft in Quebec, too.
They probably have a studio there, yeah. Good, that's probably a good point. I don't know. It's funny. There's got all the American stereotypes all have so much different like merit. For me, growing up where I'm at, like there's a whole different world of like, Silicon Valley venture capital looking finance bro in San Francisco, and then like Hollywood, I'm gonna make it asshole in Los Angeles, and I feel kind of pleased because I grew up very much in like the sunny beach kind of like decently affluent part of Orange County, California. And so when I think about like this place, I think very much in like the 1950s Americana style of like the what the hell is it called where you put like the top down on your car? I'm having a brain
convertible
fart. Yes, like the convertible down PCH and like the fish tacos and like that's what I like kind of view it as.
When you say
it's
that,
very like enjoyable.
And we see how you grew. How the fuck did you turn to content creation when you lived in such a nice, lovely area then? Like, how do you go down this fucking forsaken road after living in like such a beautiful and well-mannered area that you're talking about?
You know, like I grew up like pretty middle class, like very average, you know, like not very poor, not like overly rich, like very like middle. And occasionally we had
This motherfucker saying he was bored.
is bored. Like during that period of time, we did it for like I don't know 5 or so years when I was like 6 to 10 or something years old. We did run into some like a lot of financial problems, like not like on the street stuff, but just like kind of house poor. And so I tried to find a lot of ways to make money, which was to buy like Star Wars video games like Republic Commando and stuff.
Oh, sick, yeah.
And so it was like, hey, mom, can I wash the car in and out for like $5? Or can I like vacuum the whole house for like $5? And I just started getting into the habit of finding chores that I could do for small amounts of money. And in doing so, I think it kind of like instilled that in like my development years of like the put the work in type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was an EMT for a year and it kind of sucked. And then I kind of started being like, I'm gonna make some videos in my off time. That sounds like a fun idea. And here we are.
You were an EMT?
Yeah, for about a year. I was going
That's
through,
really
I was
cool.
Do it is all right. It's like, I made like $8 an hour.
I mean, it's just,
$8.50.
it's cool to say. Like, if somebody said, "Oh yeah, I had a job as an EMT," versus, "Oh yeah, I worked at Little Caesars," I feel like the EMT thing would be a lot more impressive.
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know. Like, you realize, I mean, I didn't really do many 911 calls, like almost none. And so for the most part, it was just like transport, and it's just like, oh, hi, dialysis patient lady who can't walk. I'm gonna take you to dialysis now and put her in the gurney, put her in the ambulance, take her over.
It's
Or
so
like,
funny that ambulances cost so much and they only get paid $8 an hour.
yeah, it's because, well, now it's like 15 because eight was the minimum wage 10 years ago.
I mean, it's still shit.
Yeah, it's still shit, but it's because you got to be there if you want to be in any of the other positions. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, you want to be a firefighter. I was going for firefighting. I did a tech program in my high school and stuff, but then it was like, oh, earliest you can get a job is like 25 because it's so competitive. You got to do paramedic school, which is expensive. And then I was like, I'll make this video while I'm waiting for my patients because it's kind of fun and it passes the time. And then
Chad, is this not VTuber lore? Is this literally not VTuber lore where they're like, yeah, I was a superhero and then I became a VTuber and now I just play video games for a living?
Okay.
This is literally, this is just fucking VTuber lore. You were trying to be a fucking firefighter, an EMT. You literally were just a superhero.
Superhero is a bit of a strong fucking word. Okay?
I'm giving you a lot of credit, but it's basically you're super Bricky.
I put him on like 4 ounces of O2 and I transported them. That was my whole and a bunch of paperwork.
Okay,
it was
well,
not
you
that
still saved
interesting.
somebody's life. You still saved people's lives and helped a lot of people out.
Like twice. It's like
Still
it
there.
was like old lady who had like a catheter issue.
You tried to be a firefighter. Nobody tries to be a firefighter as their first job.
And look where we're at now. Look what my
don't show that
efforts
thing
have
on
caused.
screen. Put that away. That you're gonna scare everyone off. That evil, vile creature.
A dubious creature.
A dubious creature of ill miscontent and ill misbegotten gain.
Nefarious.
I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to hear about how you went from that and you started making, like, you said Warframe content is where you started, right? And then Warhammer?
No. League of Legends.
League of Legends?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe I should take back that superhero comment. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
You looking at the screens like Syndrome in The Incredibles.
No.
No, it can't be.
Dead.
No,
Dead.
No, I mean, like, I literally like made some of my first videos by just, I recorded some stuff at my house, put it on a flash drive, got a laptop, took the laptop to my job. I delivered a patient at like 5:30, and then I was stuck at a coffee bean tea and leaf for like 2.5 hours until they finished dialysis, and unless we got other calls, which we didn't. And so I just opened the damn laptop at the coffee shop and I edited my videos on a trackpad and like then the video, some of them popped off and I got banned on Reddit for over promoting myself and here we are. Yippee.
Oh my god. I've done similar stuff before. I remember I would promote everywhere. Rooster Teeth used to have a website and I would promote my videos on that.
Yep.
That was insane. Oh my god.
It's annoying to think about now, but at the time that was how it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was how you did it.
There was no other way to do it. I mean, I would constantly promote myself. But it's very surprising to hear about your past experiences with other jobs. That's so cool.
Hey, it was I don't know, it's its own thing. I don't know, man. I'm like a really white bread picket fence guy. I was a Boy Scout for like my whole life growing up. I had like bees in school. I wanted to do the firefighting thing, so I took some classes in school, and then it didn't work out, and then this happened, and now I'm not normal anymore.
No, that's like the best kind of guy. Going from like that to I play video games on the internet, and I really like Warhammer. Like that's cool. I think that's dope. I think it's a really cool start. So, was Star Wars? Was it mainly Star Wars games that you played in your childhood?
Oh, yeah. When I was like 5 years old, my parents, for Christmas, were like, "We got this on like a not like a yard sale, like a swap meet or something like that." They got like a PlayStation 1, and then I was like, "Yippee, PlayStation 1!" And then I played like Lego Racers. And like Star Wars Demolition, and I was huge into like the Clone Wars stuff because I was this prequels, it's perfect time.
Prequels are the best Star Wars content.
I don't agree with you, but
prequels are the best Star Wars content.
No, but they're very good.
They're way more interesting than everything else. I don't like the movies, but I think prequels is the best Star Wars timeline.
Okay, you needed to open with that. Because
I don't like any of the movies. I just need to preface with that. I think all the movies are not how Star Wars should have been told. Star Wars is better when it shows off more than it showing off less, which is why I like stuff like the Clone Wars animated show and the old Genndy I can't pronounce his last name, Tartakovsky prequels show era. So when they show stuff off in like, what's the word? Anthology. I like Star Wars being an anthology rather than being like a movie series.
Okay, that I can understand. You were really losing me there because I think the original trilogy is very good. I think for what it did during its time frame, especially, is very important. We obviously have lots of issues with the prequels and the sequels, but I get what you mean on an anthology. I'm the same way when it comes to Warhammer. I care more about a story being told that's a normal story with a coat of paint of the universe over it. So I like Andor is probably one of my favorite Star Wars properties out there.
Yeah, that's great.
Because it's just a rebellion uprising show with like normal folks, but it's Star Wars. You get a little bit of the color paint there.
But that's why I don't like a lot of the rebellion, because it doesn't use its world at all. Like, it doesn't use the world building to its favor, while the prequels use a lot of the world building and the lore of the universe to their favor. I mean, they have all the different alien characters. They have a lot of really cool politics that I really am into. And they show off a lot more of the world building and lore in prequels versus in Rebellion, where they're focusing on mainly human characters doing the same thing that you can see in a lot of other stories.
That's fair. I think the best part about the prequel movies was the world building George Lucas did, and all those guys did. And then he just didn't really land it very well. But then people took that world building and then used it elsewhere, and then it was
in the shows. And they used it. Have you seen the animated shows?
I saw Clone Wars, but I saw it when I was like 12, so I don't remember much
Clone
of it.
Wars isn't perfect either. They definitely did character assassination on some of the characters, but like it still does. Like, Clone Wars is the only version of Anakin Skywalker that I can think of and be like, I like this guy, because they took his character and they made him good. And they made his relationship with people good, with like Ahsoka and like Anakin Skywalker. And they showed how Mace Windu and Yoda and a lot of other Jedi Council were treating him. And then it explained his descent a lot easier, because he was kind of forced into a position where he has to act like that, or he has to act true to his feelings.
That's fair. I can't really escape the internal part of my brain that knows that it was made in response to his poor
reception
in the films.
Yeah.
And so it feels like backtracking, but if it's good, it's good. I just hate Jedi. Honestly.
Yeah, no, Jedi fucking suck.
I hate Jedi. Not only do they like just kind of suck, but
they're all horrible people.
Their powers are also like wildly changing all the time.
Oh, because they don't have a defined system.
Exactly.
You're always like, why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just do this thing that they have?
Exactly. And then like you see like someone like in this show, Ahsoka show, I watched a little bit of it, or maybe it was Obi-Wan, but like Darth Vader like yanks a ship down.
Oh, those shows are awful, by the way.
I didn't love it, but like I see him do that. But the problem is like when you open that up, you then have to make the assumption of he could have done this the whole time, and then it retroactively causes problems.
One of the things that I dislike about the Genndy Tartakovsky cartoon that they did to promote the prequels movies, the one thing I don't like, even though I love that so much, have you seen it, by the way?
I don't think so, no.
It's the one where they made General Grievous really cool. It's that old like 2D animated Star Wars.
I don't think so.
You should watch it. It's only 2 hours. It's just a bunch of mini clips. But in that, they show off Grievous as this very intimidating and like Jedi killer, really cool dude. But at the very end of it, Tarkovsky, there we go, Jesus Christ. At the end of it, he just gets force crushed by Mace Windu. And it's like, why didn't anyone else do that? He killed like 17 Jedi. You guys could have just used the Force against him. He's that weak to the Force. And that explains why he coughs, by the way. That's why he's like coughing all the time and always sick in the show, or in the movies. But it's like,
okay,
that I get what you mean. Like, if they can do that, why don't they do that all the time? It's very weird. They needed a hard defined system for some parts of the Force to make things a little bit better. But either way, I really like that.
No, I get what you mean. That's the thing. Like when you create a system in any media, you need a defined rule, or else you would cause issues. That's one thing I mean, I'm going to bring up Warhammer because I have to. I appreciate about it because any kind of like powers is generally taken at the will and strength of the person against the will and strength of the other person. Did you watch the secret level stuff at all?
I have not seen it, but I really want to because I keep getting clips of it recommended to me on my YouTube shorts, and all of it looks really fucking good. And it reminds me of Love, Death, and Robots, and I love Death and Robots.
It's the same company, I think.
I bet it is because all of it looked amazing, and I love what that company does.
It's very good, but like that's the thing where like, oh, if a wizard or something in Warhammer zaps you with lightning, they're pulling their ability from hell in a sense. And if they're like, there's the natural thing where the harder they lightning you, the more they're susceptible to the problems up there. But also depending on how like strong your own person and soul is, the more you can resist it. So like in Space Marine 2, there's like Titus, and Titus is shown to be like able to resist.
I've seen that clip. I think was that from the secret level where he's like getting. It kind of looks like a succubus, kind of a Warhammer succubus.
Yeah,
and it's just like him as a kid, and then he turns around. That is such a fucking cinema clip.
It's very good, but like that's the thing. We're like, oh damn, why is Titus like so resistant? Does he have some reason for it? Or because like the answer of he's just him is that is an okay answer. Like you can just be so mentally strong. Like that is not like against the world. And so the answer was, oh, he's just him.
I love willpower based power systems. That's so good.
Exactly. And like that, because of that, it's like that is a perfectly acceptable reasoning. And it's super helpful. It's very like cool to see. So the fact that that's not like, you have to have that defined. If there was like a reservoir, for example, that the Jedi kind of pulled from, and it was like obviously it
like an internal mana system that some places have. Like I mean, they talk about midichlorian counts in a person's body, but they never went in on that. They never hard defined it because I think they immediately repealed after they heard how many people hated the whole midichlorian thing.
Yeah, and then like you also have to go back to like George Lucas didn't care. He was like, here's my sci-fi show with my cool Western with the bounty hunter Han Solo, and you got the Jedi monk, and that's Obi-Wan. And
he wanted to tell
monk.
a political story, but he didn't do it. He didn't think hard about everything else in that story that made it fantastical.
It's just a whole, it's just a whole like
space opera.
He wanted to do a space opera. He didn't need to flesh out the deeper part because you just don't have to. But then it became a big thing, and now they have to do it all. So, is what it is.
Man, do you have a? Because I want to talk about magic systems now. Do you have a favorite magic system or like favorite hard to find, quote unquote, magic system?
I know a buddy of mine was like really into the Brandon Sanderson magic system. I haven't
the books, right?
I haven't read those books myself, but he told me they're really cool.
Mistborn. I think I have those on Audible. I was gonna start one, but like I tried to start Mistborn. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. The multiple perspectives that the first book starts with kind of fucked with my brain, and I just couldn't like focus. I'm not good with multiple perspective starts to books. I think if you're going to start a book, it should be one person's perspective, and then you can swap perspectives, or else my brain will just not focus.
That's fine. It all depends on the person.
Yeah.
For me, you would not like The Stand by Stephen King. That would be a problem.
Is it just constant swapping?
It's like 20 characters, but then they all kind of like do this. They kind of like do this, but it's like a 1,500 page book,
like an Octopath Traveler kind of scenario where everyone kind of meets each. Well, actually, Octopath's a horrible example because they fucking do not interact with each other at all in that game. That made me so whatever. I'm not going to talk about Octopath. It pisses me off.
I didn't play Octopath.
You're fine. You're fine. Guy. It's okay.
But to answer your question, it probably is the Warhammer one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of assumed it would be Warhammer, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's willpower based, which means there's always like a temperance of it. There is a sheer high danger in overdoing it because then hell eats you. And like, it's just all of the safeguards are in place. And because of that, it feels good because nothing in that universe can't be brute forced in some way. You know, and then it's useful. I mean, besides that, I don't know about a whole lot of other magic systems. I'm not too familiar with some. What's yours?
I mean, I don't really have like a favorite magic system, I would say. I really like when people just kind of have to learn everything themselves. Magic is so hard to, I don't know, control or like write about without it making it kind of seem goofy to me. So I really like kind of more like I train to do this thing because I like pole arms, I like medieval weapons, I like swordsmanship, stuff like that.
Sure. I mean, like that's one thing that is sometimes funny is you learn like through a tome, or it's like a cursed book, and you're like, oh, I can now cast Eldritch Blast, or something like that.
Like my favorite magic system is failure. That's what you die, you learn from your mistakes and come back. I mean, you could say Dark Souls, Monster Hunter personally is just like peak learning from your mistakes, but Dark Souls also has the dying mechanic, which I think is very interesting. Like the death and rebirth kind of mechanics that some games have that they explain it via in lore, and those magic systems are interesting to me. You know what, I actually do, it's not my favorite, but I kind of do like the Lord of the Rings soft magic system where nothing is explained and magic is this kind of like magic is just kind of like it's this natural thing that you just don't they will not explain it at all. I think that's kind of interesting too. Like none of them they don't cast fucking fireball. They're just like, here's a magic that, I don't know, it flashlight, boom, bam.
You literally have to either do tell me nothing or tell me everything. But if you tell me a little bit, then you're screwing up. And I always remember like the first Alien movie, right? And it's like, where'd the alien come from? Where'd the ship come from? Where's it? It doesn't matter.
That's what made it so scary, I think.
Yeah, they got trapped on, or they found this random ship. There was weird crap in it. There was an egg. No, there's an alien on your ship, and you can't leave. Like, perfect.
And then they made 17 other movies, and one of them where the main character got pregnant by an alien.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's a hack.
That was that's definitely something. Oh my God, stuff definitely happened in that.
Yeah,
oh boy.
those were definitely movies.
Yeah, chat. There was an Alien movie where
Is that the Resurrection, I think, or was that 3?
I think it was 3, where
Oh, it was 3.
the main character, whose name I for some reason can't remember, Ripley got pregnant, and then there was like a flesh-colored alien that came out.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 is the one that we tend not to talk too much about. That's the one we don't really chat about much. It's not like terrible. It's just weird and not great.
Do you...
Oh, that's 4. Oh,
That's 4. Sorry, 4.
3 is also not the best, but you know, it's all right.
Do you like horror movies then? Because you still get scared by horror stuff, and you like gritty art styles. So do you like them, or do you kind of tend to stay away from stuff like that? Horror movies, horror games.
I'm a huge baby. I'm a massive, massive baby.
A bricky baby.
I'm a huge bricky baby. I do not handle horror very well. I appreciate horror. So, like, how do I say this? So my biggest issue I have with horror is jump scares. And it's not that I'm not scared by them. I am definitely scared by them. But it's also like, because I'm aware of a jump scare's possible occurrence, I kind of like have this visceral reaction, just kind of, you know, I'm watching a movie like, oh, jump scare's probably coming. I'll like,
editor, if you're watching this in the future, edit in that little jump scare that they have in Smiling Friends, where the guy goes like that. Thank you.
Oh, dude, if you do that, I'm gonna punch you. I swear to God. So like jump scares are good when they're used right, but I get scared by them, and I don't like the anticipation. But
you like the atmosphere of horror movies.
One of my favorite horror movies ever is like The Shining. I love The Shining. It's so good.
That's like my least. I hate that fucking movie.
I love that movie, but I had to look away when he went to the hotel room, because I read the book and I knew what the fuck was gonna happen.
Okay.
And so I kind of went from there. But like, it's so creepy.
What's the difference between you reading a horror novel versus like watching a horror movie? Do you think that you still get scared, or is it more of the anticipation of fear when you're reading?
It's kind of weird, because when you're reading a horror novel, you're just kind of reading a book. It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
And then it'll just like eventually just somehow arrive.
Really? Like even while reading?
Yeah, like you're just kind of be reading, and then like eventually your brain will just switch to this fear of like this dread.
You think it's the immersion that you get from reading, where you're so immersed in the book that eventually it kind of is like, oh, I'm kind of fucking freaked out now? Because I feel like if you're reading in a dark room or something, and after you're done reading your horror story and you look up and it's kind of like a dark room, you start to get into your own head.
A little bit. It kind of goes in there. I mean, I've read most of the Stephen King novels from like the 2000 and earlier. Like I've read a lot of them, and not all of them scared me genuinely, but some really did. The Shining wasn't actually one of them, but there was like, what was it? Pet Sematary was pretty fucking rough. I'm not gonna lie, that one was bad. There was Cujo was weirdly frightening. But not a ton. Cujo was a weird one. There was definitely some weird ones.
Have you ever seen any Junji Ito horror?
No,
it is more anime, but still.
No, I've not, but I've seen the images.
It's a lot of
really
body
good.
horror. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But like my favorite horror game ever is probably Dead Space 1.
Oh my God. I love Dead Space 1, but also I fucking hate Dead Space 1's controls. I'm so glad they remade it. I wish they would remake the other games. I've never played Dead Space 2 or 3, but I do not want to play them if any of the controls are similar to 1. Like, I need them to be remade. I fucking hate those controls.
Dead Space 2 is going to be somewhat similar and just as difficult. 2 is more jump scare heavy because Isaac Clarke is crazy. But 3 is like fine.
Every time Bricky says jump scare, if you're editing this video in the future, editor, keep adding the smiling friends thing. Thanks.
But like, I really like Silent Hill 2, for example. Did you play the remake at all?
I did not play the remake. I bought the remake and it's been sitting in my inventory on Steam for a while now.
Silent Hill 2 is incredible. The jump scares are few and far between, but they're all very good. It's very atmospheric, it's very creepy, but also the subject matter is like really harsh and mature.
Is that, would you say that you like it when the subject matter is more like to do with mental?
Well, I love psychological horror, definitely, but it's like, I mean, do you know the story of Silent Hill 2?
Where's my wife, Tails? I miss my wife.
That's kind of it. It deals with some really like rough topics. And like when you read it or when you play it, you're like, oh, that's what this means. Oh crap. Like it's pretty harsh. But I kind of like that for I had some balls to go to those places, basically. But psychological horror stuff. I mean, like I love like Signalis, but Signalis is basically just Silent Hill 2 but gay.
I do want to play Signalis though. The one game that I dread playing because I don't get scared of horror games like I mentioned anymore. I feel like I've been way too desensitized, unfortunately, which means I don't get any of the good clips of me being scared. But one that will actually scare me that I think of is Soma, because Soma has to deal with being underwater, and I have a big fear of thalassophobia.
Oh, so no Subnautica for you.
I played through Subnautica and I nearly shit myself. And then
I nearly shit myself and I don't have thalassophobia. That's just Subnautica.
Subnautica scared me so bad because so basically how it works is the fish weren't really freaking me out in Subnautica. I wasn't scared of any of the Reaper Leviathans or anything like that. What scared me in Subnautica was the open ocean, because seeing the open ocean, like the dead zone, right? Seeing the open ocean, it creates a pit in my stomach and it gives me like a psychological fear from like deep within my humanity. Like it is something that I cannot get rid of. I cannot get used to it.
No, that is, I 100% get that. I 100%
primal
get
fear.
Like you kind of I don't know, like you fly out to a certain part of the area, you go to the surface to get your arrow, and you like turn around, look down, and it's just like black.
I'm already getting sick thinking of it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not my favorite. Did you play Outer Wilds? Outer Wilds mentioned.
I'm gonna play Outer Wilds this year. Actually, I'm planning to play Outer Wilds in November.
Yes.
Because what? Weird that I scheduled it. Just because I want to play it towards the end of the year where most people have the time to watch the stream, because that's when the peak of viewership normally arrives, and it's going to be a very special game that I can only ever play once. So I thought, okay, well, let's do it towards the end of the year after a lot of growth has happened and a lot of my debuts have happened, so all the new viewers are able to watch it. And I don't blow my load early and play it and a bunch of people miss out on it. It's the same reasoning that I have for Bloodborne, where I'm like, let's play it at the peak of what I think my career is. Not the total peak of my career, but like the next peak that I think I will have, I will play it and do it as a big reward for chat and for my community, because it's something that I want to reward myself with. I
get that. On the other hand, very often one would argue that those are the type of games that get you to that peak.
Yeah, that too. But it's like consider it like a winning lap. Like I just go around again just for fun. Sure,
that makes sense. I mean, I would maybe argue that summer is a good time for it too. But it depends. Regardless, Outer Wilds is like a top 5 for me. It's holy hell.
Excited to play it. I've been screamed at by a lot of people to play it. Giga, Juniper. I've a gun to my head telling me to play it, and everyone is just like, play it so I can watch you play it.
Yep, I will add my gun to the pile.
You guys should make a watch party where you just watch me play it together.
Oh wait, hold on. That's a great idea. I'll set up a thing where all of the watch party is all of the people, like 4 to 5 people who have played Outer Wilds, and then we'll all watch you, and I'll film that so that we can all be like, no, he's gonna go back, and we're like screaming at. That's a great idea.
I think it'd be really funny if you guys streamed it. You could have all the people that already know the spoilers of the game watch you too. But if you want to just film it as a video, I'd be down. That'd be really funny to watch.
Well, stream it and then get the video, but like, that's a good idea.
I'm totally fine with that. I think that'd be really funny.
Yes, so let me just immediately live react to your content without your permission. I'm gonna add a daily note to my Obsidian document. PorcelainMaid watching group stream.
You actually have a document for this?
Well, it's just the daily notes. I have all kinds of Twitch ideas and stream concepts and stuff I put in my Obsidian.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's whenever I think of something that's like, oh, this is a great idea, I throw like a little thing together.
Bricky's reacting to VTubers now.
Oh no!
It's full circle.
We've gone backwards. Crap.
He's finally gone full circle. Now he's the VTuber reacting to me, the Bricky.
I was thinking of okay, I'm looking at all of these different ideas I had. Like I don't know what this was. Go to Vegas and post it on social media a bunch. First stream back, I have a wedding ring on and don't even mention it. Just like small bits I have.
I like doing little gaslighting like that. Sometimes one of my favorite things that I have not done yet because I'm scared it's actually going to affect somebody is I've trained my chat to do this one thing where at some point we will just pinpoint one new viewer in the chat and everyone will stop talking except for that person. And I will just say, wake up. And then I'll say that viewer's name and everyone in chat will spam wake up. So let's say it's like let me pick somebody in the chat, like Mac right now, Mac 332, wake up. And then everyone in chat just spams wake up. And then after a second is done, we stop. And then we just go back to normal. And if anyone questions it, we're just like, we just ignore it. Like in the middle of a full stream, I will just look at somebody in the middle of me playing a video game, right? And there's no prelude to this at all. I'll just be playing a video game and let's say like I die or something. And I go back and I'm like, all right, let's get back into this. Wake up, Mac 32. Everyone in chat spams it and then we move back into it. Just as a little gaslight to fuck with somebody's brain.
I like a good gaslight. I'm good with a good gaslight.
wait.
You gotta figure out the right way to do it.
It's just fun. It just like a quick gaslight and pretend that it never existed.
There's a lot of new like ideas I need to add to my various. I gotta throw more ideas on because I have a few currently, but I need to I need to mention something like that.
Sock puppet Warhammer explanations. Just redo your Warhammer videos, but with sock puppet Bricky.
Just a little like ventriloquist Bricky
I actually,
of sorts.
I've done sock puppet shows on stream before. I made sock puppets of VTubers. I have one of me, of Giga, and my friend Sayu. And the basic idea is I recreate Porcelain Parlors, this show that we're doing right now, except with sock puppets, and I have a little set for my hand cam where I just pretend that we're sock puppet versions are talking to each other.
It just sounds like a straw man argument with more steps.
It is. It basically is the same exact stream, except with sock puppets. That's the whole bit. It does kill me, though.
It's actually not a bad bit. It's actually not a bad bit.
It's fun to do. It feels creative. It's just something that I enjoy. It's really stupid, but it's funny.
I need to do more bits. That's one of the things that I'm very much like kind of. It's one of the things that keeps me from streaming as much as I would normally. That and all of the other stuff going on, like merch and all that kind of stuff. But I want to do more bits or more like event-based things. And I always forget about like how to do it because at some point you just got to stream. But I prefer it if I had the ability to do something a bit more grandiose.
So what I do is I'll pick either it's a holiday like Valentine's Day or it's a holiday like Halloween. And I will just designate that day as improv day. So I will set up, I'll get like props and stuff, obviously, because I'm a VTuber and it works easier for me. Because obviously when you're a VTuber, it's a bit easier to do these kinds of bits where you're adding props to your stream and, you know, setting a scene. But with that, I will just go and I'll be like, okay, here is the layout of today. I'm going to take my chat and I'm going to say, hey guys, I got a coupon for a restaurant. Go get ready, go get dressed. And then we'll have the start of the bit be we're in a car and we're driving, and some of the bits I had actually used you in a bit recently where I was driving on Valentine's Day to a restaurant with chat, and the bit was somebody threw a brick at my car and it was just you hitting the car, and then I simulated a car crash. And then we had the car get back to normal, and then there was another bit where there was a bug hitting the window shield, and it's just Juniper flapping her face in front of the shield. And then we finally get to the restaurant, you know, and it's like segments. So there's the get ready for this, get ready to go out segment where they get dressed. We're in the car segment where we have car crashes, and then the restaurant segment, which is the majority of the stream, where I have a friend of mine pretend to be a waiter, and they know the deal, and their deal is to be really unsettling. And it's time. They're supposed to slowly turn the restaurant into an eldritch horror. And then the end of it is that we have to escape the restaurant, and then we have another car ride back home, and then it's the end of the stream. And that's one of my Valentine's Day bits. I have a video on it, which is great. It's my favorite video on my channel.
See, that's the kind of thing where the VTubing world,
it's easier to do.
I understood more because of things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where I was like, oh, this is kind of the why you want to do it up more in this kind of way, like RP a bit more. So that makes more sense.
But it's very casual, where it's like, all right, guys, it's like I'm pretending that I'm just getting dinner with a homie. It's not like girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, like it's a very casual RP, because my whole thing as a VTuber is I baked my personality and me into my character, so I don't have to play a character. Like, I'm an artist. I made this OC as this was one of my characters that I made a long time ago. I made a doll, right? I drew a doll character. I had a backstory for them, and to use them as a VTuber, I said, okay, well, what if I died and my soul mysteriously got trapped inside of the doll thousands of years later, right? So I can use this to my advantage. I'm frozen. I don't know why I'm frozen. I use that to my advantage, and whenever I want to talk about something that happened to me during the day or talk about my flesh body, I just say, back when I was alive. Or,
sure.
So it's a very light RP, and it doesn't break any immersion most of the time. While other people will be like, yeah, I was God, and now I'm here.
I was God.
Yeah, now I was a God character, and now I'm just kind of playing video games, but then they don't continue with the RP. I just do it as a very light thing, so I can do little improv bits more easily. It might be a little bit harder for you to do improv, but I know you did a really good improv where I think it was a sponsor. You had a squire or something in your house. That was really good. That was improv, and you did live action improv. That was good. That one's a little harder for you to do because you have to have another person with you, but I think that was great.
That dude, oh my god, that was a weird sponsor, because for one, it was like a sponsor stream and like a dedicated video to go along with it for the second channel, which is all good and dandy, but that was an Xbox sponsor. That was a PC Game Pass sponsor, and the Squire was their idea. It also paid very well, like double my normal rate for that kind of thing. But they were like, we want him for this. We want to do this thing because it's like our History Untold. It's like this kind of like Civ type game. Mm-hmm. It was fine.
But the sponsor was really funny.
Most YouTube and video game sponsors that I actually like, that for me I actually take, are like fine. They're never like the greatest thing in the world unless I say so, or they're like egregious. They are perfectly fine. And so that one was like perfectly fine, but they were like, we want to do this kind of thing where like Bricky has this golden throne and he has like a squire bringing him stuff while he plays he's a king in this video game. And I'm like, sure. So they hired like the greatest white boy I've ever seen with this like little curly hair and everything, and this like little skinny nice dude from San Francisco who's an actor, and he's there and he's like chilling, he's reading his lines and everything, and then he goes out to like the front yard or whatever, and he starts freestyle rapping, because that's his like, and I'm talking this like full on, like this dude looks like Michael Cera, and he's like going hard in this freestyle rapping so that he can like get his vocal warm up in a full Squire outfit, and then we just improv the whole thing. And at first It was so funny because all the people at like Xbox were watching the marketing team, and they were like, I don't know why does chat keep spamming cinema, like because they don't have 7 TV on, but he would just like come in and out, and we would just like on the fly make those adjustments there and make the different memes and stuff.
It was really funny. You rated me that stream too, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Because your chat was talking about it, and I went to go look, and I was like, this is actually peak. This is the best sponsor I've ever seen somebody take.
It was so bizarre. And then like occasionally like, oh, we should move on to this topic. And they're like, never mind, keep doing what you're doing. Because it was just so funny. It was great. I would love to work with them again. I don't know if they got their money's worth, because like, I don't know, like the viewers were good, but I don't know if
I would buy the game just based on the sponsor alone, honestly. Like they earned the money for that one.
I mean, yeah, it's like the game was only I think on PC Game Pass or whatever, so there was like the exclusivity kind of thing, because that was the sponsor. But it's so funny, like the sponsorship bell curve is very interesting, because it's like,
wait, was he just in your house? Was he just kind of like waiting in your? Were you just like hanging out, eating food together or something?
No, it was me. It was me, my manager, a representative from Xbox, and then the guy outside here on the other side of the wall, watching the stream while I was doing it.
That's so funny, dude. It's just the idea of having a sponsor that requires you just to have somebody in your house for the joke is so good. It's so funny.
It definitely is not something that everyone would appreciate, but like I was cool with it, and it paid quite well. So I was just like, fuck it, who cares? It was really, really funny. I do hope they contact me again, because that was a fantastic sponsor. Plus, like, you know, sometimes like I feel like the viewers in chat, they accept it more if you like hard sell out. Like if you like do like your social thing, like whatever, but if you go really hard for it and you make it like farcical, they'll appreciate it more. So
whenever I take a sponsor, I normally take sponsors for games that I already had a pre-existing interest in.
Sure.
I actually don't get a lot of sponsors for games I don't give a shit about. Like every sponsor I've ever been sent has been a game that I am into. I've never gotten a bad game sponsorship so far. Like every game I've been like, oh, I like this. This is something that I actually really like. Maybe that just says something about my administrators who get me sponsorships. Maybe they just do a really good job with that. But I've never had something that I'm like, this is garbage, so I don't accept it. But all of them have been great. I think Warframe was one of the most interesting sponsorships, just because they actually were just watching the stream. Like I don't know if it was the developers or the publishers, but they were just watching the stream. They watched the stream so much that in a Warframe stream that I was not sponsored in, when I accidentally revealed the next sponsorship date, they were like, hey, that's against NDA, don't do that. And I was like, how did you know? How did you know what I was talking about? That was 6 weeks after the sponsorship. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't put sponsor in the title. Why were you were just watching me casually?
They just watching.
It was really cool.
I liked the D folks are great. I was at their headquarters before I went to TennoCon.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, this was like 2017.
They have their own con?
Yeah, TennoCon.
That's so cool.
I don't know if it's still going on. I think it's still going on. Yeah, TennoCon. Yeah, I was there. I was there for a bit. I was much younger and very cringe, so I try not to think about it too much. But I was like 22, I'm sure.
Okay.
And just different times. But no, they're still pretty good. I ran into Rebecca at the Game Awards before she was doing her like little speech and stuff.
Game Awards.
Really cool. Yeah, that's right.
Balatro in the crowd from Mr. Bricky.
My manager took that photo and he's like, dude, we got these tickets from like our people for free. Like this could be disrespectful. I'm like, nah, you don't get it. Like this is gonna be peak. And then he was on his phone. He's like, why is this at 500 retweets? I'm like, I told you it'd be peak.
Was it fun? Because I love watching the Game Awards. One of my favorite things is watching game reveal trailers and, you know, just acceptance speeches and stuff like that with friends. So I imagine it was like, how was it in person? Because it's not like it's a convention. It's just that you're just in the audience watching this happen.
Yeah, so it was all right. So I would say I enjoyed doing it. And I would do it again. It was more interesting with the people you ran into. because like I for example, after the show was over, my manager was having a cigarette, and one of the guys came up and he was like, "Please, can I have one of those?" And so we were talking with him, and he was like lead cinematic director at Naughty Dog. But he was there stressed out of his fucking mind.
Oh my
because
God.
no one leaked, because after The Last of Us 2 leaks that were crazy bad, no one leaked that new game they were announcing. That the space one.
Yeah.
And so like he was like freaking out the whole time, and then it finally happened. And he was like, "Christ, thank God!" And he was like, "Give me a cigarette, please."
I can finally take a load off.
Yeah, like that. Like I met like some of those folks, and like there were a couple other game folks. It was fine. My seats were good. I couldn't hear a thing. I'll be honest. Any dialogue was like nearly inaudible.
Apparently, you said that before, right? The stage was just like impossible to hear, so you didn't know what the hell was going on most of the time.
At least for the trailers, the people speaking was easy. My biggest issue was just like there were these two fucking dudes in front of me that were like annoying ass like heckler type folks, like trying to get their own version of like the
"We love you, Keanu," like that.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
Like those people. But like they were just so annoying, and they were just like browsing 4chan the whole time they were there. Dude, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the person in front of me like knew who I was, because I'm pretty sure he took a photo with his buddy and I was in the background, and he looked behind him for like a disturbingly long time, and I just ignored him. I just like looked at the screen the whole time, very clearly seeing him look at me. And I'm like, and I don't know
It's like,
what the hell
do you
was
want to
going
say
on
something,
there.
buddy, or are you just gonna stare?
I just stared at the screen. I was like, I just didn't want to talk to him. But every time they said something, I crawled up in my spine, because I really didn't want someone else around me thinking I was the guy yelling. I didn't want to be blamed for them.
That's so horrible, dude.
It was super annoying. So it was, that part was the worst part of the experience. But the actual like the game awards were really good. Like it was probably the best year.
That was the best Game Awards year, I think. Maybe it was because you were there. They need to invite you back again. You're the lucky charm.
No, it was the Waldorf, standard Waldorf. They were the ones. They made it perfect. That was the best
You know
part.
what? I didn't like them last year. This year they made some good jokes. I enjoyed the jokes they made this year.
We needed someone to like rib Jeff.
Yes.
That
Well,
was-
he ribbed
that
himself.
helped a
He
lot.
acknowledged it.
Yeah, but I mean, like obviously he helped set it up. But like there needed to be like a certain level of laughing at yourself. You know?
I definitely enjoyed the Kojima Jeff joke. I think that was probably the best one of the show.
Have you seen the edit where they just like shoot him?
No. What
No?
the fuck?
Oh, I gotta give. Okay,
What
hold
do you
on.
mean? This is an edit where they shoot Kojima or shoot Jeff?
Shoot Kojima.
Oh my god.
Game Awards. That's a classic.
Oh my god. That's like putting down a sad dog. Don't do that.
Look, there's Kojima. Look, I think I got it.
Look, there's Kojima. Bang.
I love this video so much. I don't know why it's so funny.
Hold on. Let me show this on stream.
Oh, it's such
What
a good
is
edit.
this?
There's Kojima, look! There's Kojima, look!
It's so good.
What the
It's so good.
fuck?
It's so good.
That's so absurdist. What the fuck?
I know. It's just the instantaneous thing. I don't know. It gets me.
Oh my
but yeah,
god.
besides the weirdos in front of me, it was really really good. It was a genuinely really solid thing. I
Was
had a
there
good time.
anything
I got
else you could
my-
do there? Was it just the show? Because I always assumed that they would host this kind of thing at a convention or like GamesCon or something like that.
No, it's at the Peacock Theater, which is right. Have you ever been to LA before?
TwitchCon. Was
That's
that
San
in Twi-
Diego.
Oh wait, never mind. No, I haven't. No, Anime Expo. I've been to Anime Expo once.
Okay. So it's the LA Live Marriott, a little like downtown center area. It's like right there, basically, and so it's right next to the major hotel and everything. So it's really close. But it's just a big stage, a big theater. It's a big stage. And that's about it. And then you leave.
Well, have you ever been to an E3 back when E3, rest in peace, was a thing? Because those were cons. E3 was a convention, right?
Yes. This is not a con. This is a show.
Okay.
And then after the show, there's like a million after parties.
Ah, okay. They have the required after parties that most industry things would need. Okay, got it. Because I mean, if you have everyone there, you might as well have it because there's so many people from an industry in there.
Yes, they did have a bunch of after parties, and I like it's kind of strange because most of the people there are either like actors or devs for the most part.
Yeah.
But you just meet some weird, like not weirdos, but like just some random people. I met like the vice president of Roku. Like,
what? Wait, what is Roku doing in a fucking? Oh, maybe they're doing something like how Netflix wants game. I mean, Amazon's also in games, and they have whatever the fuck it's called, Fire Stick.
Yeah, like he's just there, you know.
If you got the money, fuck it, why not go there?
I know Netflix threw this like after party, so I was there, and
Netflix is into games now, yeah.
Yeah, so like, it's. We've been to after parties before.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple types of after parties. This was every dude looks like Phil Spencer. They're all wearing like jeans, a shirt, and a blazer of some sorts. And they're just all game folks.
Those are the kind of things
different.
that I would like. I want to go to an after party with just the developers because developers are the most interesting people that I've ever met.
You can get those at PAXs.
I haven't been. I should go to PAX at some point.
I love PAX. It is 50-50 industry and just fun.
Yeah.
Whereas like TwitchCon's mostly industry, you know, and
because I don't like going to the
AX is mostly
mixers that are
fun.
just the content creator. Like I like content creators, yeah, but I want to go to mixers that are not content creator mixers. Like I like meeting the industry people because they really. A lot of them are really passionate. Like a lot of the developers I've met in my life, like most of them indie games like Shovel Knight. Well, I guess I don't know if that's indie. Well, it's still indie. It's gotten bigger, but Shovel Knight, Smooshy Come Home, different developers like that. All of them are like the most passionate people. I love talking to those people about what they think about video games.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like PAX is a lot of it's indie. And you can just walk around and talk to the devs that are in all the areas. It's really fun. There's also MagFest, but that's a different.
Maybe I should
convention.
go to PAX. That actually does sound like a convention I'd love to walk around. Because a lot of conventions that we go to, or that I go to, are anime conventions, and I don't really have any interest in them because I don't give a shit. But a gaming convention like PAX sounds like a really fun thing to just walk around and see all the booths.
Yeah, there's some big booths. There's a lot of indie booths. There's a lot of side stuff. Most of the mixers after it are generally like content creator type stuff, but there's a lot of indies at PAX. I like it a lot. I think there's 3 or 4. I know that the one coming up is East. That's Boston. There's East in Boston, West in Seattle, and there's an Australian one. There used to be a South. But but that was in San Antonio, and that got removed around like COVID era. That hasn't come back.
I should go to one of those.
I go to PAX East every single year. I love Boston. It's in the Seaport District. It's a great venue. It's big. It's gorgeous. They're doing it in May this year, so it's way less cold than it normally is in Boston.
I mean, I'm down for the cold. That means I get to pull out the big drip. Anytime I go to a convention that's cold, it's like, all right, this is the best for fashion.
That is true, but they used to hold it in like late February, and in Boston it was like 3 degrees. So, not my favorite.
Because you travel a lot, don't you? How many conventions would you say you go to a year?
2 PAXs, AX, TwitchCon. I went to MAG this year.
You've been going to VTuber conventions now too.
I'm going to WeebCon. I'll probably be going to OffKai.
You say TwitchCon?
I think I said TwitchCon. I would guess 10. We have 7 now. I would assume 10.
Oh my
So probably
God.
about once a month.
That's a lot. Jesus Christ, man.
So it's a couple of things. One, it's all
That
tax
and then
write-off.
streaming and then finding time to edit, like make videos. I guess you have an editor. You don't edit them now.
I got editors,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks.
Have you not streamed in 3 weeks?
I like crashed out hard, yeah.
Oh my God, you're back now. Well, before we started, Bricky was like, can I stream this? And I was like, normally it's a one-person thing, but you can stream. Now I feel bad. Now you should have streamed.
No, I was considering doing the stream, but I got back late and I have like 3 things I got to do tonight.
Oh my God.
It's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing. I can message you about it, but let's just say it's been the last
I get it.
2-3 weeks have been ridiculous. Granted, I did take a little bit of time for myself. I was in Washington for a bit, and I got to I got dinner with Junie, and that was nice.
Aw.
Yeah, that was always fun. I fucking love Juniper. There is no one out there is like Junie. She is so adamant and straightforward with how she is. All negatives and all positives.
I love Juniper, yeah.
It's just like she is so unabashedly her, and it's a nice thing. Like I never have to worry about where I stand, which is good. It's very, very good.
I've said this constantly because as a VTuber, I don't have IRL friends, so I focus on my friendships with the content creators that I know because I mean, it's already too late for me. I don't have a job to like go outside and meet people that are near me. So I have to focus on these kinds of things, and I always say that Juniper and Giga are some of the like closest friends that I have because I am comfortable with whatever I say to them. I can have any conversation with them and I know they will not hate me or judge me. We can just and they can do the same back to me. Like I'm very comfortable with both of them.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I 100% see the same.
They are my
that
favorites.
Would be like for me, that would be like someone like Matara.
Yeah.
It's kind of same vibe.
It's like these are my close friends. These are the people that I hold close because I can talk to them about almost anything, and it's totally fine.
Yeah, fully. I fully agree, especially that's a rarity in the streaming space, I'd argue.
But this is why it's so important. If you ever become a streamer, chat, make sure to keep an IRL friend that does not do any type of content creation. Like you need to be friends with people that do not do content, bro. It is so important.
That's actually, it's so funny you mentioned that because I don't really date like now. I'm just too busy. It's not really my type of deal. But I've always wondered to myself, I always said to myself for the longest time, like I shouldn't date in the industry because there's too much drama, right?
Yeah.
And then I did date in the industry for a little bit, and there's a little bit there where I'm like, they get it. And it's weird because like there's a little bit of
somebody
both.
who knows what you do, who understands you.
But it's also weird because on one hand, you kind of want them to not know what anything you do because you need someone to ground you in the real world. But on the other hand, having someone you can talk to about that stuff is also very helpful. And so I'm always like back and forth in that world. I'm always like, oh, there's a lot of negatives in the industry, like drama, problems, weird things.
I think it can work, but also like most of the time, it's kind of like you could have, a couple that both do the same job is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it depends on what kind of content creator you are, I use the example of Dolly Parton because she's great. All hail Dolly Parton. But she had a husband who was not in any kind of industry at all. Like he was just a guy, and like they had a great relationship, and they kept having a great relationship until to today. But there's also the example of like Sayu, Scylla, two of my friends who are both voice actors and VTubers, and they have a great relationship. They're wonderful. So it's like you could have both, but sometimes it depends on the type of person. And you all if you I think this is what the difference lies, right? If you are dating somebody that is not another content creator, when you break up, it's fine. It's not drama because you know that you're both going to keep it to yourselves. When you date somebody that is a content creator, if you break up, then there's more likely of a chance to be drama because you guys are already open about your relationship and people are going to ask you constantly in your chats, in your comment section, stuff like that. So I think that's what happens. I think there's more. It's not that necessarily content creators are more drama oriented. It's that you have a community that you have so many eyes on you, on both of you, that they're going to ask you questions if you guys don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, and I'm also, it comes down to like what you're used to. You know, like if you played only one game the whole time and you started playing other games, they'd probably be like, "Oh, this is interesting. This is a different game. I wonder why." Like it just immediately is the question, right? So, no, I don't know. It's a thing I always occasionally throw around in my brain where I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of nice, but also like maybe not, but also they get it," and then that kind of goes along with same thing with like real life friends. You know, I like slowly all my friends from where I live are like going to new places and leaving and, you know, doing the usual. And so, you know, I'm making a lot of new friends, obviously through the VTubing community and people all about the place all over the country and the world. But I only get to see them every so often. That's actually, I think that might be part of the reason why I like cons so much. If I do more cons, I see people. It kind of like, also, I've never been more excited to do streaming and make stuff than after a con. I always feel the most like revitalized. It turns the light back on.
I've said this before. Every time I go to a convention, the stream as soon as I get back from the convention is like my best stream in years. And it's just because of the amount of energy I have. And my chat can always tell because my chat will go and they'll watch the video stream before I go to a con and then after, and they can see like, oh, he sounds burnt out and depressed. And then I come back and it's like, I am talking 5 times the speed and you can tell the joy in my voice. Like you can feel the happiness. It's always weird and crazy, but that's why I say you should have non-content creator friends that you can hang out with. So it's not necessarily you feel that happy, but you're at a more elevated level than you normally would be. Do you have a lot of non-content creator friends?
Not a ton, no. I had a bunch of high school friends and stuff like that from back when, but they kind of all went their own ways. And in fairness, so did I. You know, as things change in the world, like you find a lot of, not just of your interests change, but a lot of other stuff like just general like travel where you're living, of course, but also other things that people don't think about, like even finances, like that does adjust a little bit, not entirely, but it does change like what you do, what you can do, you know, like where you go, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, so if you want to invite a bunch of friends out to like some kind of trip or some kind of vacation thing, like not everyone can afford it, and then you kind of like figure out who can do what. So there's a little bit more of that, especially if I'm traveling so often. Yeah. But I have a few. I have some. Most of my local friends are like Warhammer buds, mainly people I play Warhammer with. There's also. I mean, I'd feel bad not calling them friends, but I can. It's a bit of a weird situation.
Acquaintances, kind of.
Well, they're all my people that work for me. Oh. Like there's like we have like 15 employees. At Orchid 8, and so when I go to the office, like I see all of them, and we talk about it like things, and it's fun. You
didn't hire your friends for Orchid 8. You actually hired people that are acquainted with that job.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the first 2 or 3 were friends, but then also they were people who have experience in that field, and then hired like out from there.
That's really good, actually. I appreciate that.
No, it's a job. Like, I mean, for the most part, I started off because they needed a job, but like, everyone needs a goddamn job nowadays. Like, I feel like people who are available to work outweigh. And it doesn't actually outweigh people with jobs, but like, there's so many. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like they're like work colleagues. It's fun to talk with them and talk about life and joke, etc. We have a shit posting channel in our Discord. Okay, so that's always good. But
every job should have a shit posting channel, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's really just like, you know, some Warhammer friends. I mean, not a ton. I probably only count like 1 or 2 that I would consider to be really close friends that are here.
Yeah. No, so. I mean, I still think that's a lot. I mean, I had 1 and then they got married and I haven't seen him in a while. So I'm out. I'm out completely. I do not want to contact anyone from high school because everyone in high school is a fucking weirdo that I knew. Like, I was the nerdy kid in high school. So same. But like, I was friends with most people. Like, I was chill with everyone. But then, and I thought my high school was relatively normal. I get out of high school, I meet up with somebody that I knew beforehand, and then they tell me everything that other people were up to in high school. Like, a lot of people had sex and unplanned pregnancies. A lot of people were doing drugs in my high school. One guy went to jail for premeditated attempted murder.
Let's go.
So
Let's go.
a lot of
Slay.
stuff happened in my high school that I was very oblivious to. The guy I sat next to in Spanish class planned to kill his girlfriend. So I was just chill with that guy. I would go to class and it'd be like, yo tengo Espanol, my brother. And
Tango, huh?
I don't know. Like it's the most insane thing that I grew up with being oblivious to, because I would just be like, hey, is that my boy?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, same, I guess, but I remember it's like did you hear about person from high school? They knocked up X and Y, and
There's
there
a
we
lot
go.
a lot of 13-year-old pregnancies in my high school.
I didn't get
Or
that
middle
many
school,
there.
not high school. What is 13? Whatever.
That's like the in between of like 8th grade and freshman.
That basically.
There was we didn't get much of that. We were an academic school more so. All of our most of our sports teams kind of sucked, but we were always like top 3 in like academia, and so for the most part, people didn't have too much sex. They were studying.
That's what I thought too, and then I was told, wait, no, everyone was. What the fuck?
Where was this for me?
Well, I didn't want any of it.
No, I know not
how
you,
I
but-
went was that like I was in school, and then somebody would be like, "Hey, man, Joel, do you want to hang around and loiter at the 7-Eleven?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm gonna go home and record Halo Reach major Forge map reviews. Like, I gotta go record
Yes.
YouTube videos and review Forge maps."
Absolutely. The what was it? How big was your high school like population?
I don't know, but I think it was big enough to where I could know at least everybody. Like, it was a couple hundred kids. I don't think it was at 1,000, but I knew everyone that was in my grade and a grade below me. I wouldn't know the freshmen, but like everyone the grade below me in my grade, which is like, I don't know, maybe 400, 500 kids. I feel like I could recognize most people's faces. So
Gotcha, okay.
I'm going to assume like 400, 500 people.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was a public school too. Damn.
Yeah, my high school was a public school. We had 3,600 people at our school.
Damn.
Yeah, my graduating class was like 900 people. It was pretty sizable.
So you didn't know everyone in your school?
No, not
You
in the
couldn't recognize
slightest.
their names. Okay.
Hell no, I couldn't recognize everyone in my graduating class.
Damn.
Like it was a big school.
My school is smaller than I
so-
thought. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your school seems more average. But like I know mine was just. I mean, I'm like Orange County is a pretty densely populated area. You
Yeah.
know? So like it makes sense. But yeah, depending on where you're at. But no, I mean it is good. I think I liked high school, but I didn't like dislike it. I just kind of did it.
Dude, in
I don't
senior year,
know.
I would just leave. Like, I wouldn't be in classes because they didn't care. Like, my school did not give a shit about education that much. So, in senior year, I remember being in a forensic science class. They would just put on the fucking murder podcast and they would just let that run. They wouldn't say anything. They gave me one lesson on like blood forensics. And then they were like, here's a podcast about a girl who got murdered. And the podcaster is trying to figure out what happened by harassing the dead like girl's parents. So here you go. And it's like,
Jeez.
what the fuck? So I would just like leave class and I would wander around and I would go to my favorite teachers and just like hang out with them. And it was
You
insane.
were the drifter kid like that.
I mean, like, it's just because they wouldn't do anything. Like, and now I love learning. I love education now as an adult. But as a kid, it would be like nobody gave a shit, so why should I?
yeah, no, I get that. I gave a shit because my parents wanted me to give a shit. But
I
eventually,
had good grades because nobody cared. Like, I would always have good grades.
Okay, so I had good grades because my parents cared. But like, but in a senior year specifically, like you could take. Did you have 1 through 6 every day, or did you have a block schedule?
It was a block schedule.
Okay, so same. So Monday was 1 through 6, and then it was like 2, 4, 6, and then 1, 3, 5. I took the EMT school as an ROP course in senior year. And so that was like Monday and Tuesday from 4 to 9. So it was like a pretty sizable class. But I had, therefore I had 5th period off. So Wednesdays and Fridays, I got out of school at like 12.
Okay.
And it was the best. was I would get out of school at 12 o'clock on Friday, go home, and then generally play Halo and or COD the whole day.
I also went home early. I remember one time I signed up because it was back when I think I was either working at an old folks home or Little Caesars.
Sure.
And I would get to go home early because I said, "Oh, I have a job here. Look." And then they would allow me just to leave. And that was so good because I would just be like, "I don't work today." And then I would just go home and play Halo Reach.
Yeah. See, for you it was Reach. For me, it would have been. Oh no,
3?
Reach would be. No, 3 was in 07. 3 came out when I'm class of 2013. So 3 came out in when I was in 8th grade, and so that was my time then. Was middle school. Reach was 2010. So that would have been like sophomore year.
Because you're only a few years older than me. As much as chat, I don't talk about my age. He's only a few years older than me. So
not a ton.
It's not that different of a era for games.
No, so for me it was more like a Reach. I remember 4 came out
I like
during
4.
high school.
I know people don't, but I enjoy it.
I will admit I played it with Matara for like our Halo stream thing. I liked it less.
Really?
I remember liking the campaign. Thing was one of the better parts of the game. But then I remembered I liked it for the cutscenes like only.
It's not the campaign. It is Master Chief and Cortana that most people like. Everyone hates the Didact. He's the worst part of the game.
Right, but that
and then the
is
campaign
the
levels
cutscene.
are also okay. That too, yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like the levels were kind of mid,
Bad,
honestly.
Yeah, no, they were really bad level design wise.
So replaying it, I was like, oh, I just care about the Chief Cortana stuff, and that's like maybe 5% of the technical campaign.
That's the general consensus, yeah.
Yeah, so I've taken through Halo 5.
Oh my God, yeah, you guys should do that. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna try to make it into like a drinking game.
You guys can then play Halo Infinite and see how that feels.
It'll be better than 5.
Probably, maybe. I don't like Halo Infinite.
I don't love it much either, but we can still at least do like funny open world Warthog, get the Marines with the spiker guns in there and do goofy crap.
I guess. I think if Halo Infinite constrained itself, it would have been better. If they constrained to the same levels that they did with a proper campaign rather than open world, probably would have made the story a little bit more focused and better.
I fully agree, but I still think I'll probably enjoy it more than 5.
That too, yes. 5 was just so weird. That false advertising campaign they did was so weird. Chad, if you don't know, because I've been playing through Halo with Michi, and we're on 2 right now. When she gets back, we'll finish off 2. But you guys haven't seen me play Halo 4 or 5. 5 had a false campaign for advertisement. 5 was basically promoting something that did not happen in the game at all.
Yeah,
Hunt the Truth. That's what it was called.
The Hunt the Truth thing. I think what obsesses me more is that the concept is interesting, but the execution is so bad.
Like the concept of Hunt the Truth was really interesting. It was like, oh wow, Master Chief might be a bad guy now, or maybe it's all a lie and they're trying to frame him. And then it was just like, hey man, fuck this guy.
I didn't hate 5's like I remember liking it was called Warzone hilariously. I remember liking the Warzone mode.
I didn't really have a problem with any of the multiplayers from 4 to 5.
No, I liked the 5 multiplayer a bit. Like they added some new mechanics. It was not very Halo-y, but it was like still kind of fun. I liked it. Like it was like, oh, this is weird and different, but I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's I don't know.
Have you?
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Well, I was gonna say I was a COD and a Halo guy. I played both religiously, and so I always kind of bounced between the two of them and how much they like yanked from each other. It was weird. It had its own problems and intrigues, but it was I don't know. It had its moments.
Have you tried Splitgate? Because I know Splitgate 2 came out recently, but got overshadowed because of Monster Hunter, which I love Monster Hunter, but I also want to try out Splitgate soon.
I had a sponsor stream for Splitgate 2.
How was it?
The sponsor was great.
Not as much as the first game.
I didn't love the first game much either. I feel like some games have a skill ceiling that's too high.
Really?
Yes, and I think I was playing Splitgate 2, and I was like, I am not good enough at this video game to enjoy it in the way I would want to enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
I could just be unk posting, but like,
it's a completely reasonable thing. I mean, sometimes the average player has gotten way better at games nowadays because more people have access to games and they're more open to playing video games all the time rather than when we were growing up and it was more of a niche.
That is true. I feel the same way about. It's one of the reasons why I think Titanfall 2 didn't take off. I think it's one of the best first-person shooters of all time. I think its multiplayer is absolutely incredible, but I think its multiplayer is so unabashedly hard to get the hang of, and the moment you do and you fight like godly players, you have zero chance. And so like everyone's like, oh, play Titanfall 2, and then like the 1,000 hours folks just slaughter you. And since there's no, I know people hate skill-based matchmaking, but because there isn't any, they bounce off immediately.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Like it's, you immediately get lost. That's the one of the few situations where an SBMM is like a good thing because there are new people trying to get into it. So
it's okay, man. It's okay to be old. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, but we can kind of Marvel Rivals not too badly though.
Marvel Rivals, yeah. That one's as long as you're using your teams to your proper advantage. Like no. Here's the thing about those types of games that I personally don't like because I like doing the solo thing. Team games, you cannot carry. Like one person cannot carry, I think, in a team-based game. No matter how much you do, you cannot bring a dead team up with you, which is what I don't like because I love being able to carry in Halo. That's one of my favorite things. I think it's really fucking cool. So in a team game, as much as I am doing well, and I always do a pretty consistent, decent play. If I cannot carry, it actually makes me angry. Like I want to be able to have the chance to carry, because if I can't and then I lose, then I just get angry for no reason. And I don't want to spend my time being angry at other people or myself, you know? That's why I don't like stuff like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals too much. Like I'll enjoy it for a bit, but once the game actually starts to get competitive, which is like what, a month or two after it comes out, that's when I'm like, okay, I don't enjoy it as much anymore.
I think Rivals is one of those games that because it's 6v6, which is such a large team like swash, whatever it's called. And it's so like, and the health bars are so high and the time to kill is so long and there's all that kind of stuff. I find that the skill ceiling for Marvel Rivals is actually not that high outside of a couple characters. And so because of that, like no matter how good the Psylocke is, you know, at some point she can't like 2v1 everything.
Yeah. You know, that's what I don't like, is what I mean. Like me playing Magic, I want to be able to take down the entire team if they can't play well. But as soon as the team plays well, I'm like dominated. I'm like immediately getting my shit kicked in because I have to rely on my team to play well now too. And as soon as I have to rely on others, that's when I don't like the game, which sounds so funny to say as a human being. As soon as I have to rely on another human being, that's when the game sucks.
I get it though. Like I get the team aspect from it all. I don't mind it so much because I think so long as you do well enough, you can really bring up your problem teammates. But yeah, it depends. That being said, I mean, Magic right now is really good. So
yeah, even though they nerfed her like twice, she's great.
Yeah, I mean, dive comp is really good right now. So people are doing a whole lot of that. But no, it's all right. It depends on the game. You know, I like COD because it is for a similar reason. Like even though COD right now sucks and everything, it's got all these. It's just a huge thing. Back when, it's just your loadout, deal with the enemy.
I've never played Call of Duty.
Really?
I played Zombies once with a friend recently, and I didn't really like it that much. Was it the new Zombies? I don't remember. I don't remember what game it was. It was one. It was. I think it was the original Call of Duty Black Ops.
Okay.
And I wasn't super into it, but I've never played Call of Duty because growing up in my school, there was a Call of Duty versus Halo war. Every time I mentioned Halo, somebody would be like, Halo is for babies because it's a baby. It's not realistic. You should play Call of Duty. And that was the majority of my school. They would play Call of Duty and not Halo. So I would never touch it, really. Like, I would not play it out of spite because I loved Halo so much.
No, I get that. There was the Battlefield, Call of Duty, Battlefield 3.
Oh, I miss Battlefield so much. I want to play Battlefield.
Those things. I mean, everyone played everything in my school, so it didn't matter much to me. But I know what you're talking about.
This guy's privileged, chat. He didn't have to experience the drama.
No drama. Well, the drama was like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. That was the drama, which is not drama.
They're like so different, though.
I know, but it was the card games. I don't know. It's high school, middle school stuff. But
which side were you on for the card game drama?
I was on the Yu-Gi-Oh side.
Yeah.
I played like no Pokemon at all. I was like, let's go. I love Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, peak.
Those were good times. Now I've played like every single Call of Duty. I have not liked them all at all, but I tend to play the campaigns, at least for a video or something along those lines. And it's you know, they have their moments. I just like the zombies. I'm a huge zombie head. It's just like a roguelike.
Maybe the other ones are fun. I didn't like the one that I played. I don't remember what it was. A Black Ops Call of Duty game. I just don't remember which one it was. Actually, let me see if I'm definitely have it somewhere in my Steam inventory. It was Black Ops 2. They made me play Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Ew.
And I didn't like it.
Did they put you on the map with the big bus?
Yeah. They put me on a bus map, and then they put me on like a hillbilly map, and I didn't like it. Like an underground hillbilly map.
Yeah, okay, that's Transit and Buried. Okay, the fact that they were like, you gotta play. Oh wait, they put you on Buried?
Yeah, with the hillbilly.
The fact that they decided to, like, I'm gonna treat you to play zombies, and they chose Transit, one of the worst maps, and Buried, one of the maps that requires the most knowledge of any map.
I was very lost.
Hilarious.
I did not know it was happening.
Absolutely. I would have put you on Nuketown or like Black Ops 1 Kino or something like that. That's so funny.
But I grew up watching Black Ops and Call of Duty content creators. There was a guy named Drifter that I remember watching when I was a kid.
I
don't know what happened to him, but I remember watching that occasionally when I was a kid.
He's still out and about. That's crazy you mentioned that. I think I saw like a video from him or like a tweet popped up, but I was like, what the hell is the dude doing? So I looked him up, and
it's so strange.
He's still around. He's still doing the usual thing.
I just remember watching a video of his when I was a kid that was like him talking about his dreams, and I was like, what the this guy's got crazy fucking dreams. And he would just use Call of Duty, and he wasn't even a Call of Duty guy. He just would show it in the background, and I would be like staring at this Call of Duty gameplay where this guy is talking about his fucking dreamscape in his head, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yep. I remember those. I watched a shitload of Syndicate because he was the zombies guy. That was a big part. He was one of the people I watched to get the zombies Easter eggs going. That was a big one. There were a lot.
That was the only one that I watched. I mainly watched Halo content creators that were doing like Forge map stuff.
So I watched a crap load of the old machinimas. I watched like
have you ever
Inside
seen
Halo, all those ones.
Have you seen the machinima Phil?
Machinima Phil?
There's a machinima called Phil. And it's my favorite one because it has a quote that has stuck with me since I was a kid. And it's just a bunch of frat dudes going, Halo, Halo 3, chug, 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 chug. And then we drive a warthog and just explode. I don't know. It was really stupid. And it's just one of the ones that I remember all the fucking time.
I mean, there was, I watched like Arby and the Chief.
Yep.
No
Everyone
doubt.
does.
That was a big one.
That was a big one. Red versus Blue, obviously.
Red vs. Blue. My favorite was always this one called One Life Remaining, which is just 2 seasons. It's pretty whatever, but it never took off. But it's just this like dude. It's probably a biography. It's probably a biography, genuinely, because it's just about this one really depressed dude working at GameStop and like not getting girls and stuff. And I swear it's just the writer, but he has this great great like 5-minute monologue in like the second episode where he's trying to find out trying to find out a really good way to kill himself. And he's
Okay.
he's
Jesus
sitting,
Christ, yeah.
he's just sitting there. He's like, I could just hang myself, but like I don't like the idea of strangulation. Can I hang it to like a fan? What if the fan breaks? Yeah, I need like a hook. Does Home Depot sell hooks? Like, are they open on
that is
are they
so,
open Saturday evening?
like early 2010 humor.
It's really, really funny. It's just him like Home Depot probably is closed right now. I can't do that one. And just the shit like that. It was just really funny. I don't know. Anyway, that was its own little like little side bit. But Arby and the Chief was a big one. Obviously,
It's why I can't watch Machinima on stream because I know they're gonna say something out of pocket from the early 2010s.
2011, you open like, ooh, 2011 video, and like there are some words here.
They said a slur. I can't watch this. Like that's insane. Red vs. Blue had stuff like that in it too.
Yeah, that was Red vs. Blue had a few of those. That
had a couple of bad words.
Early Red vs. Blue. What else was there? There was like
A lot of ableism.
There's a lot of ableism. That's true. The earlier days were the early like 15 years ago content on YouTube was a different time.
It's so weird rewatching it because I'll just be like, wow, this is really fun. I feel like a kid again. Slur drops, and it just like the cringe that I get on my face is like, oh, what the fuck? I don't remember this part.
Yep. There's I mean, I'm trying to remember like because you look back at those old Machinima folks that eventually became like Funhouse and then the old Rooster Teeth people. And then sometimes I kind of it's like the worst type of roulette. I'm like, I wonder what person from Thing is up to right now.
We just talk about Ray. Like, we don't talk about anyone else. Ray's okay. We like Ray here.
Ray's great. Love Ray.
Love Ray. What's his name? Bruce Green. Great guy. Love Bruce Green.
I met Bruce at TwitchCon.
Great cool dude. I've hung out with him a couple of times on stream.
Yeah, he was. Bruce was at TwitchCon. I met him randomly in person. Super awesome.
Yeah,
literally the exact
dude.
same dude. Great stuff. I don't look up any of the others.
Yep, just Bruce Green and Ray, and I don't follow anyone else. That's it. You know what? I actually found a secret channel on YouTube from Jack from Achievement Hunter from way back, and I don't know what happened to him. All he does is he just opens up cards now. He just opens up Magic the Gathering. He has a card channel where he just opens up Magic the Gathering cards, and that's it. And it's not a lot of views, which is not a bad thing, but
no,
I just randomly found a video with 10 views and 1 comment, and it's just Jack Patillo just opening up cards, and that's it.
I mean, hopefully they made their money and they're just kind of chilling. Right?
Probably.
Not like. Not me getting into the card opening situation. They're trying to get me into Magic so bad, and I'm not gonna do it. They can't make
Save yourself, man. I've been on Pokemon cards, and I am sick in the. I bought Digimon cards for fuck's sake. Like I'm sick in the head. I have my own cards. There's like 4 VTuber card games now. I've been a part of.
I got a ton of V card I haven't opened up yet, unfortunately. I did a little bit of it on stream, but that's about it.
So V card is chill, right? It's more of a collectible. It's not really a game. The one I'm a part of right now is V Royale. I'm gonna be a part of multiple more in the future, but the one I'm a part of right now is called V Royale, and it's like Magic the Gathering mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh mechanics. And I really like it because it plays really well. They've had a couple of tournaments so far, and people have been enjoying it.
I mean that's good. It's I mean I'm glad I got the playability down. Designing a game like that is so damn hard.
It is. It is.
But no, I mean like the card game thing. I know the moment I get too into it, I'm gonna. I mean, you've seen me with my
Balatro.
Warhammer and Balatro.
You do have an addictive personality, I think.
To the right things, definitely. I think just there is no game like Balatro.
Is what are the games that you've been hyperfixating on lately? Has it just been like Balatro?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, not really. It's been a bit of a dry season. I'm not a Monster Hunter guy, so
really?
That was not. No, I don't want to get into this.
Okay, well, hold on, because I'm a big Monster Hunter is my favorite gaming franchise. So
really, that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry for you.
You don't like it?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh my god.
No. It's I don't hate it. I played it a few times. And I didn't very much like the pacing and the
Do you
slowness.
like Souls games?
Yeah, they're not like Souls games.
They are.
They are so not like Souls
Monster
games.
Hunter is like Souls games. So
no, they are not.
They are.
What?
It's the same. So if you like the feeling of Souls games,
they're really not.
it is. It's about failing and learning.
So all games that are about so Hades is like a Souls game.
Yeah.
And Balatro is like a Souls game. And,
well, you don't fail and learn in Balatro. That's just a skill thing.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do.
I compare the action combat in Souls and Monster Hunter similar because it's about learning how the boss works. Because Monster Hunter is a boss rush at its core. And Dark Souls, you mainly play for that kind of boss rush feeling of playing against those well, most people play against those bosses. There's also a PvP. But when you play in Dark Souls and you're fighting the boss, you learn the boss mechanics, you fail, you go back to it, and then you slowly get so much better at it that you overcome it and you're able to hunt them all the time. It's the same thing in Dark Souls 1 where you fight, Tauros demon, and then later in the game you're like, oh, there's like 30 Tauros demons. In Monster Hunter, you fight that one monster, and eventually you're like, okay, I can hunt like all of these because there's a bunch of the same monster running around.
Right, but that's beating bosses in that's just bosses. Losing to a boss and beating the boss later when you learn their moveset is not a Souls related thing. That is bosses. Like that's just how bosses are.
Maybe I just compare them a lot in my head because they're both compared via difficulty sometimes.
I think you can compare, like, these are hard games that are third-person action games that require like understanding a skill set, sure. But like the actual playing of the two of them, the goal, the point, the weapons, the move sets, how you load up, how you
Joel,
prepare.
Bricky got walled by Rathlos in Monster Hunter World. That's okay. We literally talked about Unk posting earlier. Like, it's okay. It's fine.
I did get walled by Rathalos, yeah. See, I'm not a huge. I like my Souls games. I'm not a huge Monster Hunter person, but I don't think I can compare the two of them as similarities.
Okay.
They feel too different. That being said,
I'm hyper into both of them, so maybe I'm just mixing my hyperfixations, but I see similarities in both.
I mean, I fucking love Halo, and I've spent my last 3 months fixating over a poker roguelite. I mean, I just the span of genres is wide and interesting.
We need to get Bricky that. Oh my God, we need to get Bricky a copy of Poker Night, which is the old game with GLaDOS, Claptrap, the fucking guy from Venture Bros. Oh my God, fuck! I forgot the name of it. Was it just called Poker Night? Yeah, Brock Samson, Claptrap, GLaDOS, all of them are in the same game. Have you never seen Poker Night?
No. Okay, it's not on. I've got Galaxy Girls Poker Night, but that's from the video game known as Galaxy Girls.
Hold on, Poker Night, Brock Samson. Yep, there it is. Poker Night at the inventory.
I believe
it has
Galaxy Girls
Brock Samson, Ash. It has Sam and Max, I think, and Claptrap.
Oh, I feel like I've seen like a video of this before. I think I've seen Max on a poker table.
It is so good. I had this game back when I was a kid, and I would play it all the time, and I fucking loved it. I think you might like it if you like these properties.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
It was just poker with a bunch of random miscellaneous characters that have nothing in line with each other.
See, it was kind of funny because I was on the Geek Enders podcast recently. That's Jesse Cox and Dodger.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Monster Hunter. And Dodger said something that really resonated with me, which she's like, Monster Hunter is meatloaf. Where if you go out there and you say, I don't like meatloaf, the other person will immediately be like, but have you done meatloaf this way? But have
That's
you
how
tried
I feel about
meatloaf like
steak.
this?
That's literally what I say with steak people. But yes, I get what you mean.
It's the exact same thing. It's like, well, Bricky, did you use the insect glaive? Because if you play the insect glaive and maybe it would be better if you started with GU or World instead of Wilds. And I'm like, I hate you.
To be fair,
you die.
It is a well-documented case for Monster Hunter that a lot of people do not like it the first time they try it. And then once they find a weapon or they at some point the combat clicks for somebody and then they start to like it. But if the combat never clicks for you, then you'll constantly just get people being like, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried this? So yes,
It's
I
meatloaf.
get it. But sometimes it takes a second try for it to click. A lot of the people that because I do this thing called Monster Hunter Saturdays, which I'm going to be, after this collab, I'm going to be playing Monster Hunter and inviting people in, where I show people who have never played Monster Hunter, and I try to kind of guide them through. And I go with Rise most of the time because it's a very simple arcade-esque Monster Hunter game.
Sure.
A lot of people choose a weapon and then they're like, I don't like this weapon, but they stick with it. Sometimes it just requires trying out different weapons because the weapon is the main play style of the game. Like that is like if I used a greatsword, I would hate Monster Hunter, but I use a weapon that I like, you know. Sometimes people just need to swap around the weapons and kind of get the feel for it. And if they don't like it afterwards, then it's like, okay, then you just don't like Monster Hunter. That's fine.
Yeah, I tried like 2 to 3 weapons and knew like no, the weapons have nothing to do with my issues with the game. It has to do with pacing, style, the grind, etc. I tried Charge Blade, I tried Bow, and I tried Gun, and none of them worked for me. Oh no, I tried Insect Glaive for a little bit also. Yeah. Okay. Nothing was interesting.
That's fine.
The play style doesn't mean anything to me at that point. It's entirely like a how much prep and how slow the game can be. A lot of like running.
You probably like Rise then, because Rise you don't do any prep.
Hitbox. It's not even that. Run around the giant hitbox. You know, sip your very long potion, sharpen your weapon, add your buff, hit them like 3 times, run around the big hitbox again.
Hey, how do you feel about Dark Souls again?
Yeah, it's a lot faster than that. I got iframes.
Shut the fuck. You have iframes when you dodge. There's iframes in Monster Hunter. There is iframes in Monster Hunter.
No, you don't. I tried it. I tried it very often.
There are iframes.
How many iframes, Joel?
Okay, it's not that many, but yes, if you're good at listen, okay, I'm not gonna unpost you, but there are iframes in Monster Hunter. They have iframes. They're just shorter than Dark Souls.
You know where my iframes were in Monster Hunter? They were on the bow, and I did nothing but use the bow, and I like a dodge swings because they were really good iframes.
I am not going to tell you to try it again, but I want to explain that Monster Hunter Rise is my perfect Monster Hunter game to introduce people because there's no prep. You go into the game, they give you everything you need, they tell you where the monster is. It's literally just boss rush. You just go in, you fight, and then you leave, and then you go in, you fight, and then you leave, and that's it. But it is still the grind that you might not like.
But then I gotta look at that like shit ugly UI though.
In Rise, you can turn it off. I don't have it on.
What do you mean turn off the UI? I need the UI. If I'm new to the game, I gotta look at the UI.
I don't use Wirebug, so I can turn off that part of the UI.
I have no idea what the hell that is. What the hell's a Wirebug?
So I'm someone from the older Monster Hunter generation on a PSP where the UI was very limited. So I get what you mean. Like I would play the older ones that didn't have any UI. But they were definitely more clunky because they were older games.
Also, it looks like at the moment, I mean, if I were to play Wild, it looks like it barely even run on my computer.
Yeah,
not actually, but
that's the main complaint that people have.
Yeah, it's always funny. I don't know. Not my jam. But oh well. Once people get past their meatloaf stuff, I'll be alive. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean that's fine. I did want to ask you something that I don't think I got to, but I wanted to ask if you had video games that you love but you never talk about. Because a lot of content creators have video games that they just talk about all the time, and you're very open with the games that you like. But sometimes I feel like is there a certain game that you really like but you just never talk about because it's just not interesting? Or you just never have a chance to talk about it?
I mean, not really in terms of like not talk about.
Like you wouldn't make content on this game. You just really like it.
Oh well, not making content on the game is different. I mean, I was not anymore, but I was really into Destiny. I played a shitload of Destiny. No, it's pretty good when you have the right folks. It's pretty good.
No, my sibling's obsessed with that game.
Yeah, it's can be pretty good when you do it when you got the right folks and you run the right parts because it's the most.
But Destiny is just a grind. What the fuck? Wait, so you don't like the grind of Monster Hunter, but Destiny is purely just grind. Destiny's more grind, I would say.
Look looking to the idea of a false equivalency, sir.
Whoa, no, but it's you. That was one of the main things that you said you didn't like. I'm meatloafing him. I'm meatloafing him right now. I'm sorry.
Grind?
I'm sorry.
Or did I say Monster Hunter's grind?
I will not meatloaf you.
You are meatloafing me pretty hard.
I'm not. I won't meatloaf you. I'm doing something that I complain about.
Rise.
I'm not. I'll stop.
Listen, the grind is not an issue. I like grinding if I like the grind. Not all grinds are made equal. Not all grinds are made equal. You know what's a really fun grind? Taking a weekend with 5 folks, being like, we're gonna run fucking Last Wish, we're gonna run Vault of Glass, we're gonna run goddamn Vow of the Disciple, and those nights, peak. And then I do my dailies and I don't like the game anymore. And then you get like then you get like Witch Queen. You're like, oh, Witch Queen is so good. It's so good. And then you get like, you know, I don't know, Shadowkeep, and you're like, this game sucks. It's so bad. And then that's a real Destiny 2 person is like, there has never been a more inconsistent game than Destiny. I despise it as much as I love it. And the grind itself is either perfectly fun and fine, or it's total dog shit. It depends on what expansion you're in.
I tried it. I don't know. Destiny came off as such a disappointment to me after coming from Halo Reach, so I couldn't get into it. I tried though. I tried.
Totally. No, I believe it. I won't meatloaf you. I'm not that kind of guy.
That's all right. Fine. You know what kind of guy you are?
What kind of guy am I?
Somebody that everyone fucking loves, dude. Every time I bring up your name, everyone's got something good to say about you. Everyone loves you.
Not Monster Hunter fans.
I'm a Monster Hunter fan. I still like you. I'm probably one of the biggest Monster Hunter fans. I still like you.
That's so funny though. Well, thank you. I guess I don't really know how to take that. I'm
just saying, every time I talk about you, everyone just loves Bricky. You're a very well-loved man. I'm just showing you some love. That's it.
They haven't seen behind the green screen yet. They don't know the skeletons in my closet.
Show the Momo again.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What is that thing? Oh, that's atrocious. You got a snack line back
around. There. I like how occasionally I'm seeing the chat here and there, and I'm seeing all like the negative comments.
I saw the one person say I hate Bricky.
they're all my fans.
I know it's your viewers, because my viewers would never jokingly say that, just because they don't watch your streams as much. But I can tell it's your viewer when they're like, man, fuck this guy.
Yep, it's great. You get like all the fun folks. You get like Bloodberry crashing the fuck out about Monster Hunter. You get Ursh, who's like been like one of my first subs for 10 years. It's like one of my mods. It's great.
Oh my God,
it's lovely.
I really like that. Whenever I bring somebody on here, you can see they see their viewers in the chat reacting to what they say.
Yeah, it's specifically the differences in the chat, right?
I love being in a collab and seeing my viewers in the chat, because I'll just read what they're fucking saying, and I'm like, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Shut up.
There's always what was it? There's a difference in demeanor, so much depending. Like occasionally I'll just pop into like Yuzu's chat. And they find the strangest 7TV emotes, I swear.
I hate it. Can I say that? I fucking despise going to my friends' chats, and then half of what I say turns into a fucking emote if I'm typing. I actually despise it.
I think it's funny as hell, but I can see the issue.
If I go to somebody like Camilla's chat or Numi's chat, and I just type like a normal sentence to like send out to my friend, because like I said earlier, I don't DM people, right? I don't do a personal DM to catch up with people. I will go to their chat and see what they're doing and talk to them. If I type a sentence in that motherfucking chat and the word "the" turns into an emote, I'm crashing the fuck out. I cannot stand it if I type a normal word that is used in 99% of my sentences, like "the," "for," "a," "who," "what." I'm going to scream. I hate when it turns into a fucking emote.
I like when it's "where." Specifically where it's
fuck off,
like
dude. I hate it.
Like bouncing around and looking. It's so good.
Pisses me off.
Wait, you have that in your chat. What the hell? You're part of the problem.
No, my mods do it. My mods have control over the emotes. My mods have the 7TV emotes.
Speaking of,
does Con have a shit fucking 7T emote in her chat? Does she have like every single like word turning into it.
Nah, she's not as bad as like Yuzu or Numi or like
Fucking
Onigiri.
horrible with their chat. Horrible fucking emotes in it. Anyways, hi Cotton. We got a couple of raids that I've been just typing hi in the chat too because I didn't want to interrupt you. But Cotton, Akin,
I pointed this one out.
Ash, Zion, thank you guys so much for the raids. I really appreciate it. Now that you pointed out, I have to do my intro now. You pointed out, I have to do the full intro.
I will just stare at you.
Okay, look at me precisely as I do this. Welcome to, I'm gonna make chat look at, you know what, if you're gonna stare at the screen, I'm gonna stare at the screen too while I do it. Welcome to the Stream Raiders. Hope you're having a nice night and thank you for coming by. My name is PorcelainMaid. I used to be a sexy sack of man meat before I died and my soul got trapped inside the body of a sexier female doll. Hey, pronouns, but if you're still confused about pronouns in the 21st century, you're gonna have to think of me as a bisexual's wet dream. Sexy male voice trapped inside of a sexier female doll. I'd give you a curtsy out of courtesy, but I'm kind of busy right now. I think I fucked it up. He and pronouns, but if you're still confused about pronouns in the 21st century, you can think of me as a bisexual wet dream. Sexy male voice trapped inside of a sexier female doll. I give you a curtsy out of courtesy. I'm going to cover him for a second because I'm elegant as fuck like that. And Raiders, if you follow the stream, you can gain 3 extra inches to in dick size by following. Your dick would go from here to here. Enjoy the bigger dick size. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, you know, when you were getting closer to the camera, I was like, you got to pace yourself. This is a 20-second intro. I
got there too quickly. I got there way too quickly.
If
I also got all my fucking calloused ass hands stuck on the thing.
Bricky, you need lotion, says Chad.
Yeah, they ain't looking good. Oosh.
No, that's good. I have soft, feminine fucking hands. Apparently, my mom makes fun of me and says my hands are too soft, and I got soft, sissy, liberal hands. Apparently,
you damn liberals.
You got soft hands, brother. Hands. You got soft hands. Sir, what are you doing with those soft hands? You should use them on me, baby.
I got these. So I joined a new gym about a month ago, and
how are you getting calluses from the gym? Are the dumbbells you're wearing? Well, no, I go to the gym, but I mainly do cardio. I'm assuming that do you not have the dumbbells that are soft, or are you using the ones that are pure metal? Are you using the bars that have like the grip on the bars?
Why would I grab why would I grab the soft part of the dumbbell?
No, I'm saying there's like the hand. Do you not have? Okay, does your gym not have the dumbbells that are like the 50-pound dumbbells that are made? They have like the soft part of it
on the grip.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
Chat,
seen
do you
in
know
my
what
life.
I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the they have a grip on it that is soft, so it doesn't rip your skin apart if you fuck up.
I have never once seen a rubber grip on a dumbbell.
What?
Never.
At all?
Never.
It's not rubber? What is it? Is it not rubber? It is rubber, right? I'm not crazy.
Rubberized grip dumbbells?
I thought that was the common one. Why would the metal one be more common?
Wouldn't
that be more dangerous?
I know what this is now. My apologies. I do know about this rubberized grip. I have seen this. You are correct. My apologies.
Is that less common? No. Am I crazy? I thought that was more common.
It's not that common, no. Like occasionally you'll find it, but like for the most part, I just have the metal grip ones.
I didn't go to a local gym. I went to a fucking Planet Fitness, and they had the rubber ones where I was at.
Well, that makes sense for the Planet Fitness, but
okay, I work out from home, by the way, and I only do cardio. I have a bench, I have a rowing machine, I have a under the desk treadmill, I have an exercise bike, and I have 2 15-pound dumbbells because I'm a little baby. That's about it.
So the gym I go to, it's the trainers there are like big boy trainers. They before they used to train like NFL. It was very much like, hey, here, trainer guy, we just paid $10 million for this guy. Make him really strong and make him not hurt himself.
So they add calluses to you so you don't hurt yourself.
No,
which you have to get by hurting yourself.
We do strength training, and I deadlift, and the bars are very heavy. And normally, when you deadlift very heavy weights, you tend to callus your hands.
Yeah.
I use chalk, and it'll still happen.
I like how every strenuous activity I've ever done, I've never had to use my hands to a point where they would get like I did MMA for 2 years, and while I was doing MMA, didn't have to use my hands at all, so they would still be really soft because I had gloves on because I did boxing, kickboxing.
Sure.
I've just somehow avoided all of my life. Anytime I did exercise or anything, I've always somehow avoided using my hands to hurt. So like, I mean, they're just completely soft, and now I got fucking soft fucking hands, brother. I use lotion too.
That's perfectly fine. Makes sense. At some the way you get calluses is you hold very heavy things for a long time.
I thought it was like a roughness on your hand, where you like roughed up your hand instead of holding things.
No, like
is it a gravity thing where you're holding something against gravity, and that's what the callus develops into?
Well, yeah. I mean, like the last set of deadlifts I did was like 360 pounds for 5.
Oh, I thought it was like you fucking rub sandpaper on that bitch, and then it gets calloused. Like your skin grows back calloused.
It's just you are holding heavy fucking things.
Oh.
For a long time, and the pressure on the skin
condenses it.
Issues.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like it just does that. You can get it a lot if you do like a lat pull down. You have oh dear.
Careful. The green screen.
Like you just hand up and then you like pull it down, but because of that, like your the weight is going against it, so it's like tough. There's like carries. You carry like dumbbells, like heavy ones across the way.
I thought when you were doing the hand up thing, you were gonna pull down the green screen. No, my immersion.
The void.
I don't remember who it was. My mom makes fun of me for my hands. I think Cotton. I don't know if she's still here. I think Cotton held my hand once and was like, "You have the softest. Your hands are softer than mine." And I don't know if I was supposed to take it as a compliment or an insult at that point, because that was the most egregious use of saying my hands were soft.
Egregious. I mean, it's fine, like there's nothing wrong with having soft or calloused hands. I think it's just, it's been a month, and we did a lot of last month was a lot of strength training, and this month is a lot more power. And so I like a lot of the power stuff can be heavy. So,
yeah, if I had calluses, they're in my brain from doing art for years with my hands instead. That's probably what the pressure on my fucking brain is what calloused it.
Nah, that's tinnitus.
Nah, bro, that's depression. You're depressing on your fucking
shit. Not tinnitus. Carpal tunnel.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was gonna let you slide with that. You didn't have to correct yourself.
Yeah, but I realized my mistake.
Okay.
The tinnitus is from the other stuff. It's from the video games.
Yeah. Well, no. Tinnitus is the ear, dude.
I know, and you have video games that are too loud.
Oh, I mean, okay, I guess that's what you mean.
Yeah, it's like me playing video games with other VTubers who scream loudly. And
Matara.
Matara, yeah, maybe.
I think you should both play a horror game, because I think you're both scared of. She's horribly scared of horror games, and you're mostly scared of horror games.
Mostly scared. So she would not do that because she really struggles with that.
Yeah.
So we would not be able to do that, unfortunately, but it would have been pretty funny. It would have been very, very funny.
I wish I was scared easily. I would 100% suffer for my art. I want to suffer for it.
She screamed consistently playing COD Zombies. Like
zombies?
Yes. Like I would get like the nuke and it would flash the screen white, and she'd be like, ah! Like I can't. The idea of getting her to play like Outlast is anathema. It will not occur. It goes against nature.
Oh my God, wait, that's really cute though. That's like really sweet to see someone. Well, it's the same thing with a lot of people. Michi, I heard that you tried to get Mata scared from the flood, and we're not successful with it.
Mad that didn't work.
I successfully pulled it off. I got to scare Michi with the flood.
How?
I just didn't tell her anything about it.
Oh, see, I tried
kept
to leave
my
the
mouth
game.
shut. And I did. I stopped talking for like a minute. And she was like, Joel? I just stopped talking. I guess, but also at the same time, she was like, okay, you're muted. You're fucking with me, which was really good. But she's still scared of them. You know what I did do that I think a lot of people forget is that the flood comes back to life sometimes. Even you can kill them once, but then they sometimes will just get back up. I didn't tell her about that for a while. but it would only ever happen to me, and it never happened to her. So eventually I just gave in and was like, okay, look at this flood. Give it a second. Yeah, she called them eggies instead of
Eggy.
the flood.
That's funny.
It's really fun.
That first flood reveal is like the reveal.
It's
right?
pretty good, yeah. I think it's scarier in the older version. Man, I wish everything was like Halo 2 Anniversary. Halo 1 Anniversary was a disappointment.
Agreed. I'm surprised there's no Halo 3 yet.
I would love a Halo 3 Anniversary, but I don't think they'll do it.
I mean, I don't know. We got 20 years to 2027.
I mean, think of the usage that they've been doing with the Halo license. Like they turned down Doom X Halo, you know, that's already one mistake. And then they had that opportunity to do that, and then they haven't taken the opportunity for fixing MCC too much, and they had the Halo show, and they've just been misusing Halo IP for a while. So if they made a Halo 3 Anniversary, I don't think they would. They would have done it by now, for sure.
Maybe.
They would have done it before fucking Infinite, for sure.
Maybe. I don't know. 20 years makes the most sense, so I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, hey.
I'm still waiting for my MCC for COD.
You want an MCC? Wouldn't that be the... No offense, but wouldn't that be just like the same game? Like just one really big of the same fucking game?
Nah, CODs are different enough. You didn't play them.
I didn't play them. I can't say anything. I'm just assuming, like, isn't it? But from Call of Duty players, they complain all the time and say it's like the same thing.
Yeah, because the last, like, so way back when, they complained about that. And then they complain about it now. And then there's a period of time in between where it definitely was not. But, like, COD 4 is, like, in the modern day. World at War is in World War II. Then it's, like, modern day again. Then it's Cold War era. And then it's, like, back and forth, back and forth. But the games, like, if you... as I played through all of them, they are the same gameplay formula, no doubt. But they are, like, they're sequels to the game. And they do change up decently. There is enough of a difference, like between World at War and MW2, it's pretty staggering. Then from like MW2 to MW3, not really, but then MW3 to Black Ops 2 is pretty staggering.
I mean, I'm interested in playing a Call of Duty game. The combat seems kind of fun.
The gameplay is the best part of COD by far. Like, it is very smooth. It is a formula of smoothness that very few games can repeat.
Well, I always wanted to try it out.
The problem is that Call of Duty right now is Fortnite for like horrible dads, or like weirdos. It's just like edgy Fortnite. I've
seen Russian Badger video, and I've seen the things he put in that video that the like VC, the people in voice chat would say, and I'm like, oh, it's this kind. Oh my God, fuck no, Jesus Christ. And that's so weird to me because in Halo as a kid, I would always use the voice chat with random people I don't know. I'm like fucking 14 playing a Halo Reach, and I'm just talking to random motherfuckers. Everyone was like super chill. Like nobody was an asshole. Everyone was like pretty nice in Halo.
Halo was pretty all right. I had very few issues with Halo people. Maybe there's just some. I think it's more arcadey. You know?
Maybe. I mean, playing Halo Reach and going into random like Infection, Big Team Battle, the fucking grab bag playlist that they don't have anymore, or any of that. I made a lot of cool friends, and I would it was really easy to just fill up a 16-player lobby to do Forge maps together.
It really was. The custom games era, Halo 3 to Halo Reach, was like a pretty peak era.
We need the Halo Reach UI, and like I feel like Halo Reach at the bane, the best main menu, and player UI, and the best way to like what's the word, lobby. They had the best lobbies because it was super easy just bring people in and check what they have and their file share and stuff like that.
It was really easy. Plus, you got to see the cool outfit they were wearing. You got to see what they were sharing. I don't know why it hasn't been repeated. I have to assume it has something to do with like.
Well, you could have the best lobby system in the world, and people would never use it. Looks at Monster Hunter Rise versus Monster Hunter Wilds.
I mean, Wilds, from what I've seen, looks terrible with its lobby system.
Its lobby system is so bad. I hate it. And then they had the best lobby system in fucking Rise, because the lobby in Rise was just invite your friend and then boom, they're in. That was it. And then the lobby system in Wilds is like, make a group, make a clan. You got 50 max people in it. Then you can join from that, and that's about it. It's really stupid.
It's weird too because it's doing the thing that like fighting games do. Like, why does fighting game lobbies? Why are they so bad? Why have no fighting games understood the ability of just making a normal goddamn lobby and not having you go through like the trials and tribulations of a Tibetan monk in order to like get into a game of Street Fighter?
So many games have such shit lobbies, dude. I don't understand it either. I really wish it did.
I do not understand it. Even Street Fighter 6, which is like not the worst, is still bad. Like Guilty Gear, I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. This like 2D pixel art side scroller thing.
Yep. The Guilty Gear lobby is really. They tried to be quirky with that in Tekken too. In Tekken, they had normal lobbies in Tekken, but the main lobby people would play with is like a weird Wii arcade looking Mii system, which is really stupid.
I don't get it.
Whoever said was I a squeaker at 14? I actually show videos of me when I was like 14 to 10 every anniversary because I'm on my 9-year anniversary this year. On my anniversary, January 1st, I'll show videos that I made when I was like 10 years old doing Halo. And I was not a squeaker. I had like a pretty normal voice, surprisingly.
I mean,
were you a squeaker? Did you have a high-pitched voice?
I doubt it. Just considering the voice I have currently, I don't think so.
Same. I mean, my voice actually got more higher pitched as I got older. I would say now, like I hit voice cracks more than I did when I was at puberty, just because I talk so fucking much.
I think I had the same. I noticed my older videos when I first started out had a deeper voice than I do now, and I think it's because I was not prepared with the higher pitch that's required to speak to an audience.
Yes,
because like when we're talking,
it's like
now,
talking to a dog.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It's like whenever you talk to your chat, it's like talking to a fucking spoiled dog. And you're like, all right, guys, we're going to be doing this today, all right? It's like being a kindergarten teacher, kind of.
It's a little bit is. If I was just talking to myself, I'd kind of just be doing this whole, like, what's up, everybody? It's me, Bricky. I'm
hey,
here
everybody.
to play an episode of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin Edition.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Critical. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that was the old days, right?
Oh my God! Why did you get the name Bricky? By the way, I'm sure you've told this a billion times. Was your Xbox gamer tag? Yeah.
It was Bricky Orchid 8. That was the full one.
You told me this when you were talking about your merch. Oh my God, I forgot. That's so good.
That was it. The 8 was just a number instead. But yeah. A lot of the questions that you asked me, actually, I made a video recently about my 10-year anniversary. It kind of goes through like most of those questions.
Hold on. You didn't talk about Monster Hunter in your 10-year anniversary, now did you?
I did not.
See, I've got questions.
Did I say all or did I say most?
You know what else you didn't talk about?
It was gonna skip past that.
The fact that I have said that there are multiple Bricky lookalikes, or maybe Bricky looks like them on YouTube.
Yeah,
multiple.
Yeah,
You haven't talked about that yet.
I'm a white dude with an undercut and a fucking beard in California. What do you mean? Of course there are.
I got to show this on stream. It's more than just that. I swear to God.
I mean, yeah,
I'm taking pictures.
There's a lot of people that look like me. That's normal.
I'm getting a picture.
Not all of us can be a porcelain doll.
Where's Raffle Light with a beard? Hold on.
Raffle Light?
I need to see Raffle with a beard.
You mean
and then compare it to Bricky?
It's
the Balatro guy, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's him. There's the War Owl. That's a big one,
too. It's you. You guys look alike. There's the guy who does history. There's a guy who does a lot of history stuff.
Okay.
Oh, my God. He's got a wife named Gabby. I got to find him. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, I know about Raffle. I've seen his content.
There we go.
He's not quite like me. He doesn't have the beard. He doesn't have the same haircut.
If he had the beard
and the haircut,
I see it.
This does not look like me at all. Now go to the War Owl. Now we do look very alike.
War Owl.
Mm-hmm. Now that's one that we definitely look alike.
No, what? You guys do not look alike. This guy?
Did he change his? A little bit.
No, you don't. You look more like Raffle than you do this guy.
Disagree on that one.
I do not see. This is not the same.
He's got the hair. He's got the beard. He's got the color of the hair.
Not that one. Raffle looks similar to me. I think you guys have the same head shape. This guy is not the same.
It's closer than Raffle. It's definitely closer than Raffle.
I disagree. Hold on. What is it? Gabby. Oh fuck. What did she do? She's like a Gabby history husband. Hold on, I'm seeing if I can find it.
History husband.
No, that's not the name of the channel. They pop up in my YouTube shorts all the time. It's a guy who's like a big fan of medieval history, and he loves Warhammer. And he looks like you. And his wife Gabby is really like and pokes fun of him all the time. I don't remember what their channel name is though.
Okay.
Oh my god, they always pop up in my shorts. Oh god, it's playing arcane music. History of everything. Thank you.
See, this is why I don't watch short form content. I get to escape.
Yes, yes, him.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, it's closer. Yeah,
come on,
it's definitely closer. Yeah. All right.
If he puts on glasses.
Fair. Yeah. No, you're right with that one. That's a valid one.
Yes, and he loves Warhammer too.
That's pretty fucking valid. I'm not gonna lie. I see that one. That's the closest by far.
Thank you. I'm not crazy.
It's easy. He's just missing the white in the beard.
I see it. That's just when I see them, I'm like, oh, I like this guy. He reminds me of Bricky, and I like Bricky. And then I'll just be like, I'll send you a nice message. I'm like, hey Bricky, I think you're cool.
And then it's like, hey, Bricky, saw you at the Game Awards.
No, literally, that's actually what I did. I did that to you at the Game Awards. Whenever I think of something nice of somebody, I'll just immediately send it to them because I'm like, okay, well, that'd be a nice thing to do, and I'd like it if people did that to me. So if I'm thinking about somebody and I have a nice thought about them, I'll just be like, hey, thinking about you. I think you're cool. That's it.
I mean that like. I got like 9 DMs as soon as that aired. It was really funny. It was like you.
It's because they're excited to see you. We're excited to see you.
It was just so random. Okay, I don't think I told you about that, but like I was there, and the guy with the camera was like kneeling and prepping on the side, and then everyone stood up for the guy, and I stood up and did my clap, and I saw, and the cameras, like it's the way the lenses work and everything. He was maybe this far from my face. Like,
okay.
Like he was here when he was filming that. And so out of the corner of my eye, he's just there. And I'm like, I see him extremely vividly. And I was like, I'm just going to keep looking forward because I know that's what they want me to do.
We're all so excited seeing you. It was like, oh my God, that's my friend.
It was really funny. It was genuinely really funny. And I felt pretty good because I wore the over-the-top magenta suit.
Well, it should show you how many people like you because all of us were very happy to have you. It was like, oh my God, wow, look at him. Look at him in his little suit.
It was a fun suit. I was very proud of the suit.
Yeah.
I was very, very proud of the suit. I need to mess with the style a bit more next time. I gotta one up myself somehow.
Okay, since you don't like tweed, I'll find a different outfit for you.
I don't dislike tweed.
It's okay. It's fine if you don't like tweed.
It's so dad coded.
What do you think I dress like? That's how I dress, Bricky. You asked me to help dress you. I dress like a father who lost their kids in the divorce.
No, you really don't, though.
I'm not talking about the harem pants. I'm talking about how I normally dress. Not the first time that you see me with the first impression with my harem pants and my brown. I'm talking about my tucked in. I normally wear tucked in button ups. I got my belt on and then I'll accessorize. And that's normally what I'll wear. You're thinking of me in my very fancy outfit where I'm wearing like brown harem pants. I got my tunic on and I'll have like. Yep. You're talking about my tunic outfit.
I'm referring to the Middle Eastern prince outfit that you wore. Yes.
Okay, fine, sure. That is an outfit. But like I don't normally wear that. That's like my first impression outfit when I'm going out to meet people, which is why Heavenly always fucking complains that he thinks I wear the same thing. It's just that Heavenly always meets me on the first day of a con, and on the first day of a convention, that's what I wear because I'm going out to meet people.
I mean, that is fair, but you are hitting the
look. Yeah,
it's quite the look.
I have other looks. I've been trying out new things. I will fine. If you don't want the tweed, If you don't want that specific pants, I will grab something else.
I need to
These
lose,
are the pants, by the way, everyone who's new to the stream.
They're fine pants.
He doesn't
no
want to wear this.
It's the fact that you're like, I can't wait to dress Bricky up. I can't wait to buy him some tweed. Like, that's all people go to for the first
you
part.
You would look good as a history teacher. You have a good history teacher look.
I cannot wait to get sushi today. I'm so excited for the tamago. Like, it's just, it's like, that's not what you start with.
You're thinking of a hipster. You're thinking of like a somebody who, I'm thinking of like a very handsome history teacher that people have a burning in their loins for. And Chad agrees with me. Chad agrees with me. This is a look that people love. Chad, am I wrong?
The loins?
That's how I describe it. It's like the type of person that Twitter would go fucking crazy for.
I think it's the type of person that Tumblr would go crazy for.
No, that's a different type. That's a different type.
No, the people that
history
Twitter go crazy
teacher
for
is a very
are not people we want to be a part of anymore.
Okay, that's also fair. Twitter has changed in these recent years.
Twitter has changed.
That is true. Maybe I shouldn't use Twitter as a describer. But the point is, chat, would Bricky not look good in a history teacher fit?
It's so funny because like half of the people I play Warhammer with, like various tournaments, like they do like math teaching and stuff like that. They're like history and math teachers. Like, they actually just teach high school.
Yes, he would. Yes.
It does look itchy though.
Okay, fine. I'll replace tweed with something else.
Let me lose some weight first, please.
You don't need to lose weight. You're Bricky. You're a brick. You look good.
I am about 25 pounds heavier than I want to be right now.
Do you know how many of us were like, wow, Bricky is a handsome dude. Bricky is a handsome, nice man.
I have gained weight since the last time.
So have I. Would you say that I look bad?
How can I tell?
Okay, that's also fair. But but even when I met you, I also was like, I think I've gained a little weight. I could lose a little bit more. It's all in your head. I also have the same thing.
I am 245 pounds.
And
I would like to be
6'4".
3.
You are 6'4" when you wear shoes. It balances out.
Shoes.
And you also just look like a beefcake, dude. You look muscly. You go to the gym.
I went to the gym and there was an AMRAP, AMRAP, as many
look to the
reps
side
as
real quick.
possible.
Look to the side real quick. I'm proving a point. You look great. You look good. Stop. Hey, stop that. Don't do the Nintendo DS thing. Yeah, stop it.
The side profile. We did an AMRAP set, AMRAP, as many reps as possible, and it was like you need to put your body weight on the bar for squats, and I'm like, oh, we're doing body weight squats? Like, no, put your body weight on the bar and do as many reps as possible. I'm like, yeah, but the 245 pounds on the fucking bar? What the hell, man? Like, and then the more I do it, I'm like, God damn it. Because then, like, we do warm-ups. Like, all right, everyone, warm-ups is like 20 push-ups. And I'm like, I can do like 15. And that's a set. Because I'm chunky. I need to lose a bit of pounds.
I'm going to tell you right now, 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds, with the way I'll probably give you clothing, it's not going to change too much. Like, the clothes that I give you are already a little baggy, so they're already gonna, if you wear them at your size, they'll be a little tight, and then you lose the weight and it's going to still fit properly.
So the problem right now is that I am currently like a solid 36 waist. And if I like lose about a certain amount of weight, I will be like in this weird in between of a 34 to 36. And I need to get to just like a pure 34.
Okay, well,
and because then we can wear the clothes properly.
I will get you links. You do not have to buy them at any point until you feel comfortable to buy them.
We need to lower it slightly.
I will go fashion farming. I will find clothing that I think I will look good in, because I think you and me could probably wear the same types of clothing. Not the
army of two this.
Yes, I will army of two this. I will look for things that I look good in, and I think that you would look good in them too, because we're not built the same, right? You're taller than me, and you're like, you look stronger than me. But I'm a wide gait. I am of a wide gait, and I wear clothing that I think we would look good in the same clothes. So I'm gonna dress you in browns.
That's fine. I mean, browns is fine. I know like a dark green is something I tend to wear.
Yeah.
Every so often, but I can't wear it now because of the void.
Yeah.
So
right now the void is there.
The void is currently there, so there is also that. But
do you want to try a tunic?
what's a tunic look like again?
The thing I was wearing with my brown pants.
Hold on, I'm getting the video game.
Got the video. That's a Zelda-like.
I mean, maybe if I'm going to the Ren Fair.
You can wear it in public. I wore it in public. You saw me wear it in public.
I know, but you also were doing the Prince of Persia vibe, so like, I'm not sure if I want to roll with that one. See, you know what I want to pull off. I'll tell you this one. I want to pull off some nice tight-fitting pants, a decent like solid either shirt, Henley button, whatever it is, and then some fucking overall or some fucking suspenders.
So tight-fitting pants, to wear that, you need the rest of your clothes to be more loose. So if you were wearing I'm gonna use, you're not gonna wear skinny jeans, but for example, if you were to wear skinny jeans, you would need big boots, and then you would need really loose-fitting top-end clothes. That way, it wouldn't fully be the same thing. So skinny jeans and suspenders are kind of a weirder thing. The suspenders would need to be more loose, and then you would need some kind of jacket or shawl to put on the top. That way you would balance out the bottom. That's how you style stuff like skinny jeans.
But I don't want to wear skinny jeans. I just want to wear pants.
But you said tight fitting.
Yeah, but is all tight fitting pants skinny jeans?
No, but I'm saying if it's tight fitting, it's going to like cling to your. How tight fitting are you talking here?
I don't know.
Are you talking slim fit or skinny jeans?
Maybe less tight than you think they are.
Slim fit.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Or do you want straight leg? Yeah. Do you want straight leg where it's like, okay, slim foot kind of at the bottom, they kind of cuff around your leg, while straight fit kind of just goes straight down and they don't cuff around your leg.
Well, I hate cuffs on the ankle.
What's the word? It's not cuff. It's like sorry. Cuff I'm using is the word for the shape.
We will manage this in a different time. I am not a fashion person. I mostly just wear my own merch because it feels really good.
You know what would be fun? What if we just go to a clothing store when we're at a con together?
That'd be fine. I mean, we got
girls' night.
Girls' night.
Girls' night.
We'll drag Girl DM with us. We'll drag we'll do a whole dressing up Bricky thing.
Okay, sure.
Because Girl DM's got the Victorian era vibe going on, so I'm curious how the two of you can hit your shit together.
Yeah, okay, that works. Sure.
It'll be a humorous concept. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But we are at around 4 hours. I was actually supposed to give you a hint at 3 hours and be like, hey, if you want to leave, you can leave now, because I know you've stuff to do. I just forgot. I just kept going on with conversation topics. That's my bad. Normally, I'm like, hey, it's been 3 hours. Do you want to end or do you want to keep going? But I'll do it now because we're almost at 4 hours. Do you want? Sure. Are you good to go? Do you want to like go do some of your work that you have, or are you down to keep going?
I'm only yawning because like that was just happened to be the time I was yawning. It wasn't specific to your conversation. I mean, you are doing a Monster Hunter thing today, right?
I'm gonna be playing Monster Hunter for the rest of the night. Yep.
Cool. Then in that case, you want to call it in 15?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Perfect. Easy. 6 p.m. I'm gonna eat myself some food, do my usual. I mean, the time flew by.
It's because this is what happens when I prepare conversations beforehand.
That or sometimes it's just the dynamic of the two.
I had a really good time. I really enjoyed bouncing out because you have a lot of the same interests as me. So I'm able to ask you about certain things, and you're able to like give me responses back that are informed, and I think it's really cool.
They are formed indeed.
They are informed. Don't discredit yourself.
Formed into a response of some sort or another.
Okay, sure, fine. If you want to, you don't want to give yourself credit. That's okay. That's on you.
Yeah.
Chat will give you the credit that you need.
Let's not.
My chat, not yours.
Not my chat. No, they will not give me any credit.
My chat will give you credit. Your chat will not.
My chat will berate me as they are so good at doing.
What's your relationship with your chat? How do you treat your chat? How do they treat you? Is it the casual streamer, or you guys just fight each other, or how's it going?
I consider them chaotic good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think when I tell them to like hey, shape up, then they will shape up. But until then, there is a pretty solid amount of ribbing that goes back and forth between the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tends to be a decent amount of of joking and infighting. I definitely obviously throw a lot of attempts at jokes out there, and I get my plus or minus twos. It depends, but it tends to be a decent amount of just general chaotic goodness. When it's time for them to be cool, they're cool. But besides that, it's a lot of shenanigans.
I also noticed there's a very interesting difference between a VTuber chat versus a streamer's chat, like a normal streamer. Because VTuber chats they have their own mascot, right? So sometimes they tend to group around that, and they add that as their own personality, where they act a certain way. Like my chat, for example, they act like they come here to act like fucking toddlers and yell at me and fucking they're like, "Are we there yet? Can we get food?" like a whining cat almost.
You do tend to create that situation, you know?
Okay, well, first off, all right, you got me there. But originally they weren't like that. They acted like this before they got a character too. They were like this before. I don't know.
The chat has informed the character.
Yeah, this thing formed around them rather than them forming around it.
I think it makes more sense though, because the VTuber chats tend to become kind of similar to the mascot you make them into.
Yeah.
Whereas for my chat, they're just kind of like people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's this weird mix where it's like this combo because I'm technically a millennial, but by a year.
Yeah.
Right? I'm at the cusp, and so it's this weird bridge of millennial and Zoomer humor that finds the strange middle ground. Because on one hand, I'll make some horrible joke. I'll be like, the early bird gets the worm, but the hawk gets two of them. And then you'll be like, I hate you -2, right?
Okay, yeah.
But then because of that, the chat will be like, oh my God.
It's a begrudging laughter.
Right, but then they'll think of their own. And then they'll be like, oh, -2. And then it gets its own issue. So it's like this weird. It's this weird dynamic where because people hate it so much, they will do it more out of spite.
Yeah.
And so, that kind of adds a little bit of the mixture.
The ribbing is fun. The ribbing is good. I think it adds a lot to a community. My chat, they find their comedy and they find their joy in annoying the shit out of me. But the way they annoy me instead of ribbing me is they annoy me as a child would annoy their dad, even though a lot of my chat is older than me. And some people can find that strange for sure. But no, we're not forced. Nobody in the chat is forced to do it. I mean, some people call me dad. Some people call me Joel. It's fine. But they like to do it in a way that's kind of like the "Are We There Yet" movie kind of way, where they're just being annoying for the sake of being annoying because they think it's funny. They think it's funny. They'll watch a movie like "Are We There Yet?" and they laugh when the fucking kids are like, "Are we there yet? No! Shut up! I'll turn the car around."
Very much tugs at dress type thing.
Yeah, to be a little bastard. Yeah, they want to be little bastards. That's the type of comedy that we provide here. While other people are ribbing comedy, the other people are they treat their streamer like they're a fucking Tamagotchi. It's
dance kind of thing.
There's multiple different types of chat comedy, which I actually find really interesting because it's something that a lot of people don't really take the time to think about. But different chats provide different types of entertainment. Like Zentrea's chat, their entertainment comes from the fact that they can just interrupt with TTS and fuck around. That's one big one.
They also make fun of Zentrea consistently.
Yeah.
There is a constant poke the streamer type thing.
And your chat's comedy comes from a back and forth of ribbing.
It's a back and forth. I think also my chats, sometimes they're too diverse. They come from so many different backgrounds in what stuff they like, where now I'm getting a lot of people who do nothing but occasionally throw 7TV emotes out, like a lot of VTuber chats.
Yeah, because you're hanging out with VTubers.
Right, and then there are some people who think that the thing I like is automatically an acceptable topic point. So I'll be in the middle of
you'll play Halo and they talk about Warhammer.
Exactly. I'll be playing in the middle of Halo with Matara, and someone will be like, "Hey, Bricky, what are your thoughts on the new Emperor's Children Codex?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" I didn't read the room.
They
lack a little bit of that social skill that I wish they were a little bit better at. But that's also a part of it. And then sometimes it's just people who just find the right jokes. And then some, because occasionally they just like have a banger and they just throw it out there in the middle of the Halo thing, and it gets me.
I will steal jokes from chat all the time and I'll just be like, this is mine now. I'm going to say it out loud, make a TikTok out of it, and they will not know it's you that said it. It'll sound like I'm reading it, but they won't know. So they'll just be like, it's Joel's joke. This guy's funny.
I feel like me and my chat are both like a combination of the personification of the smoking duck gif, the classic. Just
yeah.
I feel like I do that all the time, and they also do that all the time.
Classic.
And so it's just the classic, just this mixture. It's just like this very sensible chuckle of like,
yeah. So dumb.
It's probably my favorite emote is the duck.
My favorite emote is the standing cat emoji, because it is it presents me. This is just how I represent myself. If I walk into a chat and I don't know what to say, and I'm announcing my presence, I just do this.
Oh, that one.
I just, because sometimes I'll stand like that when I'm awkward. I just have my shoulders very broad and my hands like straight down. I'll just walk up like that.
I will admit I have started using this emote of my own a lot, which is this one right here. Hap. I find that one.
Is that your neutral emote, you think? Because my standing is my neutral emote.
This is kind of my neutral emote because it's just like there's no light behind those eyes. It clearly looks like he's just kind of exists, and he's like.
It's one of those. It's like an emote that you use if you're in a chat where you're just like, I'm existing here. I'm enjoying your presence. I have no other strong emotion. I'm just announcing my presence.
Head empty, emotion positive. That's it. I use it when I type with people on Discord all the time because I think it's just a very like what's the word you use when you want to make a situation a little bit more
instigate?
Less stressful.
Oh,
less
not
stressful.
instigate.
It's like
the opposite.
Something.
Decompress.
De-escalate. Kind of. Thank you. De-escalate. Because it immediately like any kind of statement that might be made that might come off in any way that might not be what you think it is, I can put that emote at the end of the statement, and it immediately de-escalates it to a very like, this is just me. How you doing? Here's my question.
This is the millennial version of tone indicators that people use.
Yes.
The millennial version of a tone indicator is using an emote. Is what it is.
Yes. This is me going to a shop and then calling the person brother and then immediately being best friends with them because men.
Yeah, I love saying brother to somebody.
Brother,
what do you need?
I used to say boss, but then I realized that I was told that boss can come off as a bit rude because you're making a statement that like, oh, I know I'm in a position of power, but I'm calling you that as a way to like undo that.
Oh, okay.
Like to wait staff, for example.
Call him Ock. Call everyone Ock.
call him.
Hey, yo, Ock.
So it was an interesting one. So I was like, okay, well, I'll change it to brother. Then it's a little bit easy.
I say homie. I use homie a lot as a descriptor for everyone.
I can't do homie. It makes me hurt. It makes me
Is it because
cringe.
you're unk posting? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
It might be an unk thing.
I feel like if I say, what's up, my homie? Like it comes off, right? It comes off like I'm Ben Shapiro. Like I'm just like I'm trying to like, what's up, kids?
I think you're putting too much. You're putting too much emphasis on homie that it makes you sound more white. Like you're too much emphasis.
What's up, my homies? How we doing around here?
No, don't say my homie. That's a different context entirely.
Sup, fellow homies?
Oh my God, no.
It's two fellow kids for me. I
just
don't know.
say, hey, homie, how you doing? I use it more in typing rather than like, homie, what are you doing? Or I use it more in typing than anything.
I don't know. I mean, I know Juniper uses oomphy, but I only ever say that word
to one
person.
And it's Juniper.
It's just Juniper. I will never say oomphy in my entire life to anyone but Juniper.
I will only respond to Juniper with oomphy.
It is the only one.
And she's like a lobotomized little freak, so like sometimes you have to give her a little treat by calling her oomphy. It makes her happy.
It was so funny when we went to dinner. She was like, it was like in like a downtown area. So the easy drop off was at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, meet me at this Cheesecake Factory. Don't worry, we're not going in. And I'm like, we could have I'm okay with the Cheesecake Factory. We don't. That's fine.
White to white communication. We're not going in the Cheesecake Factory. I know you want to, but we're not.
I went in
no
there to
Cracker
go pee.
Barrels either.
I literally went in there to go pee, and then I asked the people in the front. I was like, "Hey, where's the steakhouse name, whatever, in this area?" And they were like, oh, "You wouldn't dare." And I was like, "Yeah, I will. I'm out of here. Where is it?"
Oh, I miss you guys. I want to hang out with you guys again. It was so fun hanging out with each other. I know
good.
that if you're going to Off-Kai, I know Junie is going to.
Yerp.
And I will be going too, so we can hang out again there. I'm going to WeebCon, and I know you're there, so I'll see you there. But I don't think Junie's going. I fucking love you guys. It was so fun to hang out with each other.
It's a really good
I might
time.
have invited too many people because I feel like we had dinner before, and I can't say everyone who was there, guys, but we had dinner with like 8 people, and I kind of as much fun as I had, it was like split into 2 groups, and if you were on one side of the table, you would not talk to the other. So I'm honestly considering just getting like 4 to 5 people. That way everyone can talk to each other.
It's also the type of table. I went to.
It was a horrible
Nobu.
table. That was a horrible table.
It was a tough table. I went to like Nobu at like first AX, I think.
Yeah.
With like a whole, with like a whole bunch of people, and like Matara invited me to that one, and it was like maybe 10 of us, but it was a big circle. And so like all those folks, it was super easy, and then I was able to be like, oh, perfect. That's like a super, like everyone could talk to each other. Everyone, like, it was easy because of the circle. But before that, we had a long rectangular table. So I only spoke to my section of 4 people, and you only spoke to your section of 4 people.
Yep. You had a completely different section. I had a section, and then the people in the middle were, I think, it was Geary and Juniper in the middle, so they could just talk to everyone. And I was like, damn, I should have sat in the middle.
Yeah, I was on the way end. But then there was also a different dinner we had. Were you at that one, the 25-person dinner?
Yes, the one that Mike had, right?
Yes. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were there because
we were sitting next to each other. No, I was right next to you, dude. It was Juniper, you, me. Sitting right next to each.
No,
you forgot I was sitting right next to you.
No, you were not. No, you were not sitting there.
I was sitting right now. I was sitting to the right of you, Bricky.
Nope. I know who. Nope. To my right was Juniper.
No, Juniper was to the left of you.
No,
I don't remember Juniper.
Right.
Was I sitting next to Juniper?
I'm about to type who was to my left.
Oh, okay. So it was you, Juniper, me.
Yes, that probably is true. Yes,
Juniper just got fucking stood up all the time. That's why I thought I was sitting next to you, I guess.
What do you mean stood up?
She just kept using the bathroom, so I kept seeing you.
Oh, okay. She was standing up. Getting stood up is like being left at a date.
Oh, no. Did I say stooding up?
Yeah, you said she kept getting stood up, and I'm like, damn.
Oh, my bad.
By
Okay.
who?
Oh, we are running out of time, but I did want to ask you something because I think it's always this is something that's been on my mind lately. Have you tried any of the Steam Next Fest demos? I don't know how many indie games you'd like to look around for, but
I have not done any streaming the last like 3 weeks, and therefore
just for yourself, just looking around.
No, if I was playing video games, it would have been streamed because I give myself 3 Balatro games a day to try to win completionist plus, and then after that it's pure work. With the occasional Marvel Rivals, should I be asked?
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot of great games on Steam Next Fest lately that I've been really enjoying. And I just wanted to know if you were looking at them, but if you haven't, that's fine.
I have not. I mean, I love me some indies. I love all that kind of stuff, but I have not looked at the Next Fest just because I just don't always see that stuff. New and trending, Magical Girl Konoha.
You don't have
Sexual
NSFW
content.
Yeah, you got to turn NSFW games off.
Yeah, I probably should do that.
Steam will see, chat. Even Bricky gets that shit, and he doesn't play any of it. Don't judge me when I say I got a random fucking porn game advertised to me.
What's top sellers? Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds, of course it is.
You're damn right it is.
And then Split Fiction, which I'm very happy is doing well.
Are you playing that with Mata?
No, we haven't planned on it. I did have a collab game I was gonna play with her that I think is gonna be genius. But I have to wait a little bit.
Okay. Keep
Also,
that to yourself.
if I'm not mistaken, I think she's taking some time off. I don't remember
Yes,
what
she posted yesterday that she's taking time off, from what I remember.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I mean, if we do play, it'll be later.
Yeah, I'm excited to play Split Fiction. Do you remember? I remember when It Takes Two came out. I didn't have anyone to play with. I asked like 4 people. They all said no. So I made a video out of it, out of everyone saying no to me, and then I just played all of the game by myself with 2 controllers.
You're just gonna air your grievances out like that?
Yes, I had them record lines for me, and I called it "It Takes One," and then I played all of the game by myself. And I felt really impressed by myself because it was actually way easier for me than I thought having 2 controllers.
That's actually really funny.
But this time I'm playing Split Fiction with another person. I am not doing it alone. I'm not a loser. I have friends.
Who are you playing it with, or is that not revealed yet?
Giga and we haven't planned it yet, but we both said yes to it.
I assumed it would be Giga.
It
just makes sense.
It's either Giga or Juniper when I do duo stuff, just because I don't know, it fits really well. We both of them I have this argumentative personality with, and I feel like that really works well for like a duo stream.
I'm also very happy that Juniper still has not decided to put a compressor on her microphone. Therefore, she just like will yell something and it'll just blow my eardrums out. And I'm like, that's my Juniper.
I mean, I don't have a compressor either, I think, but I never yell loud enough that it like blasts somebody's ears out unless they ruin my. So okay, here's the thing, right? I do not think of myself as a super loud person. I am sometimes loud, but I've never peaked my mic. The only time I've ever had somebody call me loud is from chatters when I'm collabing with somebody and the other person does not set my audio on Discord. They'll leave me at like 200% on Discord or something, and they won't turn me down.
You probably don't have a compressor in your microphone because when you do get yelly, you do get loud.
Yeah.
But it depends on the situation. Also, I think you just have a very a very heavily projected voice in general.
Unfortunately, I watched a lot of YouTube when I was younger, so that's just how it grew.
Yeah. Hey, that's so funny. I did so much of the early YouTube days videos that all of much like your raid intro, like depending on the like every sponsor I ever do or close to all of them, I do in one take.
Yeah, that's impressive, dude. I can't even do birthday videos in one take. I do like 30. I did 32 takes just to say happy birthday to Project Melody for her birthday video. Like I was like, I fucked up. I got to do it properly.
I mean, I don't know. It's like it comes down to just being able to properly save time. Because
the Giga Chad versus the Virgin meme here.
With the fucking happy birthday message. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I feel like it went a little out of style.
People don't do them as much anymore because a lot of people were not doing them anymore because it takes a lot of time to do.
It does take a lot of time to do.
I like kudo board messages, but honestly, I get why some people don't do it. Like, I really like when I get a kudo board from friends. If I get a kudo board on my birthday and it's just a bunch of my friends that I don't get to talk to a lot saying happy birthday, it makes me really happy. And they don't even necessarily have to write a big message. Just like, I think it's really cool. It makes me, I'm like, oh yeah, they still know who I am. Like, I still exist. And I think that's cool. But like, I hate doing them myself sometimes because I have to think really hard. And I'm like, okay, this is how I feel about this person, and now I have to write this into a paragraph for them. But I don't want to write too little, and I don't want to write too much. Maybe I overthink these things.
Yeah, you definitely do. But like, I get the overthinking is from a naturally good point of view instead of a bad one. That's what matters more.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to be positive about these things.
Yeah, I feel it. Anyway, I should eat. Joel, thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
It was really fun. I'm glad I got to talk to you one-on-one.
No, I mean 4 hours just like that. It was easy.
I'm glad it was a good time for both of us. Because I didn't notice that it was 4 hours until I checked the time at around 3 hours and 30 minutes when I told you. I was like, oh shit, I should have fucking called it earlier. Whoops.
It was mainly I started feeling my voice start to hurt, and I was like, oh damn, this is like actually. I will admit, this has been a while.
I relied on you talking more than I did.
That's true.
I kind of was mainly asking you stuff to get you to talk more than me talk.
Yes, because you have more stream ahead of you, and that's generally how
I was the active listener in this. except when I interrupted you, like I just did. But like that, I was active listening.
Yeah, and also thank you, chat, so much for all of
You
your
gotta
help
stop doing
with
that,
all
man.
of this stuff. Watch your
It's
eyes,
like
by the way.
poking a fucking fishbowl. It's like knocking on the fish lens. You don't do that.
But it's so funny though.
It's gonna fuck with their developmental state. Like they're gonna. No, don't do that. They're gonna start freaking out. Look, they're angry now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
It's okay. They don't have anything in their head, anyways.
Exactly. All it's gonna happen is they're just gonna get poked in the eye.
Well, in case you forgot, this was my evaluation test to see if you were if you could be a good history tutor for my chat. And after everything we discussed, I think it's only fair to probably say
no.
Yes.
Oh,
motherfucker,
well,
you were an EMT. Of course I'm going to say yes.
That's not a history. That's not history.
Sounds qualified to me.
All right, that's it. Joel.
He sounds qualified to me. He tried to be a firefighter.
Corporeal form me out of this stream.
Okay. He's asking for his teleportation device out. All right. Bricky, thank you so much for hanging out. We really appreciate you. Chat, say nice things to Bricky. Thank you so much for coming by and making the time for today. I really had a good time, and it was very lovely to have you. Goodbye, Bricky. Any last words? Anything that you're going to be doing?
What?
Any last words? Anything you're going to be going to or doing? Anything planned?
Oh, no.
Well, there he goes.
No, shit. Goodbye, Joel.
Yeah, see you later, man. Bye. Oh, my God. Just the fucking stare at each other. Holy shit, frame perfect. Oh my God. That was so good. Well, YouTube, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please check out everything else that we have on the left. We have multiple date nights and other main videos that you could watch on the PorcelainMaid YouTube channel to the left, or you can just check out the main channel right here to the right of me. We have a lot of other date nights, as well as we have lots of lore videos, music. We also have my solo streams of me playing games like Mouthwashing Me Side, Slay the Princess, Ring Fit Adventure and full body tracking, dancing videos, and my dad rates VTubers, as well as my personal favorite video on the channel that I would highly recommend you to watch. If you ever give me a chance and watch one of my videos, watch the I took my chat out on a dinner date and it went horribly wrong. It's my favorite video. But thank you so much for watching, YouTube viewers. Have a good rest of the night, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.